Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another Cave Rep, a game of Warhammer 40k played by your favorite hobby goblins. Tonight we have myself playing the Sisters of Battle, the Adepta Sororitas, the new detachment, the Champions of Faith, and then we have Rob over there playing the new detachment of Slaanesh, Chaos Daemons, the Legion of Excess. Yeah, ooh, that's fancy. So it should be a good game tonight, so thank you for joining us. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at what we're going to be playing with tonight? Nuns with guns. As I mentioned, I am bringing the Sisters of Battle, the new detachment, so I'm going to have a little righteousness going across the table. We're going to start off with a Canoness with one of the new enhancements. She'll be leading a pack of 10 Celestial Sacrosancts. We're also going to have a Hospitaller with one of the new enhancements, also leading some Sacrosancts. And then finally, we're going to have Astrid Thruga and Agatha Dolan leading a third pack of Celestial Sacrosancts. So a lot of them, because, you know, they kind of make the core of the list. Got a a Dialogus with the 12-inch Deep Strike Denial enhancement leading some Battle Sisters. And then just a whole slew of other Battle Sister squads. Again, real nice in this detachment. One of them will also be led by Junith Erita to get some of that command point action. And then a little bit of extra pieces here. Morven Fall leading some Paragon Warsuits, then some armor with a Castigator and Immolator combo, and then a Demonifuge to drop down and put some pain on some Slaaneshi demons. Oh, and a Novitiate squad. All right, oh, now you go.
No, it wasn't on the list. You gotta get rid of it. But yeah, Twisted Sisters, which is not the name of the list that I gave, but that's as very close as you can get and still be on YouTube. So, yeah, I'm playing Legion of Excess. I didn't bring any chariots because the chariots I do have are in shambles right now because they're very spindly and I did not take care of them. So we're taking a slightly different turn on this one. I am running Shalaxi. I am running a single keeper, and then 2 demon princes, one on foot, one on with wings. The one on foot will have the Soul Glutton for the regenerating wounds, and then the Keeper Secrets will have the Dreaming Crown aura for the +1 to hit, which will mesh nicely with the other units outside of the demon princes and the keepers. I've got 4 units of demonettes. They're just go fast, eat all of the crabs. 3 units of fiends. It should be 2 units of seekers. No, 2 units of 5, and then the winged demon prince, which we said. It's a lot of speed. I'm going to try and make the most out of the new detachment roll for giving out fights first for the rerolling hits and wounds, because Slaanesh loves dev wounds. That's just what we do in Access. Every unit has access to dev wounds, excluding the demon princes. So it's very nice. Yeah, so we're going to try and survive the withering amount of shooting that John loves to put in every single list, no matter what day of the week it is. And it is the day for it, though, so we'll give him that. And just try to smack him around while we both try and figure out how to play the ritual again, because we haven't played it in forever.
The what?
Yeah.
Oh.
But we're going to talk about that here in a second, though. So, yeah.
Speaking of which,
go ahead and talk about it.
Put it there!
Our mission, if we choose to accept it. Crucible of Battle. So we're each going to start on a corner and make our way to the other corner. The ritual, we're going to figure it out as we go, chat. That's pretty much how that's going to go down. But if I recall, it has something to do with creating objectives using some sort of ritual that probably makes these sisters heretics. So we'll see how that goes. And then swift action. Let's see, battle line can advance.
Yeah, ignore the swift action text on the screen. That was the wrong text. But yeah, go ahead. What is swift action, John?
Well,
battle line units. John. Oh no, you tell me. Yes, please.
You got it?
No, I have no idea. Why don't you tell us for?
So I'm John now, and I'm going to shoot you with Overwatch. That being said, no. So swift action, battle line, get advance and fall back, and can still do actions, which is very strong on the ritual and insanely strong in literally every matchup ever. Yeah, we both have a ton of battle line. So that's
great. For once, I'm bringing battle line, so it might be useful.
Because we put you on an army that can actually use their battle line. So. But yeah, so the ritual is 12 inches away from its current standing objective and 6 inches from another, making triangles. I failed that class in high school, but it's fine.
Geometry.
Triangleometry. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah, it's basically what we're going to do. We're just going to go out. I'm going to do 2 rounds of shooting every time I activate, and then he's going to just shoot me all the time.
Shoot all the time.
Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. All right.
Before we get
cheeks,
into the violence, though, I do want to thank everybody watching us right now and later in the VODs. We definitely appreciate it so much. If you like what you see, if you enjoy the show tonight, please consider liking, subscribing, putting comments in the chat. All that stuff is absolutely huge for us, and we would really appreciate it. And it, pleases the algorithm gods, as
It's the 5th Chaos God.
Yeah, pretty much.
The algorithm.
Yeah. It's actually the chief of all the Chaos gods.
It's true.
Yeah.
Been there.
Anyway, we'd appreciate it very much. Thank you for being here. We love you, and especially a big shout out to the Gob Squad, our membership community. You guys make everything happen around here. The grease that keeps these cogs turning. So thank you so much for everything that you've done. We really appreciate it, and your generosity is humbling all the time. So thank you. We have the best membership community.
Truly.
With all that being said, you want to shoot and hit each other for like
Time for
3
a crab
hours?
boil, you know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go.
Shall we?
Highest goes first. Hadouken!
Highest other.
Sonic boom!
Hey!
You go first.
I think that's okay with me. Well,
I think so too. I wanted to go first to kind of further push you back, but here we are. Let's see how things go.
yeah, I'm going to put you in jail now. So.
Pretty much.
But, okay.
All right, going into turn 1.
Give these a
I just
shuffle.
Do shuffle mine while so I can.
While you guys shuffle and start your movements and draw your secondaries, I just want to give a shout out to the Hobgob squad in chat here. We got Dorian Bashaw. Of course, we had Norgal Matt in chat. Orcus Maximus, what's going on? Grotworks, what's up? William Payne, hello everyone. Grotworks mentioning that he played the new Tactical Brigade list, had a blast.
Nice.
JPC, what's going on? Cursed Cowboy, how's it going? Howdy, howdy. And then, of course, got to give a shout out to William Payne gifting 5 Hobby Goblins memberships. Wow.
Huge.
And
thank you.
special announcement, Logan Grimnar himself was one of the recipients of those gifted memberships. What an insane snipe from William Payne. That's amazing.
That's your
Cursed Cowboy again. We got Robert Mills. What's going on? He said he loves the new Tyrannid Grotmist detachment, but is way too expensive to get into all those warriors. So yeah, get some bases, do some proxies, and see what we can do there. Andrew Summerfield, what's going on? Welcome. And William, don't forget with that 5 gifted memberships, you can throw out a landmine. Decide what landmine these players have to avoid, or not avoid, to earn some floor dice. All right. Wow, we got a crazy turnout. Lots of great names here. What's going on, everyone?
Oh, what is
Hello, newbie babies.
Gob Ross,
Scare 'em
thank
away.
you so much for the $5 gift super chat. I think I know who that is. Gob Ross can be the one and only. Treachery, another 5 gifted memberships.
Treachery
Insane.
coming in huge. Thank you.
Love
Wow.
some treachery.
Yep.
And then let's check this out.
I'd also love to get that game in sometime.
Yeah, treachery has really redefined the word for me.
Floor dice explanation and landmine.
Oh yeah, those are always
Oh,
fun.
Nightbot, let's go.
Yes, now I don't have to type it out every
Oh, did you?
single
Oh, did you
time.
set up the new command for? Nice, Dan. On
That's right.
top of things.
Check out those Nightbot messages to find out what the landmines are and the floor dice. And without further ado, I am delaying way too much.
Yeah, shut your
What
mouth.
do we got? Secondaries.
But so
Rob.
remember, so in pre-stream,
Oh,
we talked.
thank you, producer Dan. You're amazing.
I love you a long time. Shut your face. I got crabs to run, all right?
Do it.
So we talked in the pre-stream about some secondaries that we were like, it'd be funny if we pulled these, but then like it's very slim. First one I pulled was no prisoners.
Congratulations.
Wunderbar. And then
Overwhelming force.
Call the Horde, which is no possible.
Nope,
So we're
no.
just going to go ahead and eat that.
Now overwhelming force.
Assassination.
Oh.
I mean, where are your characters hiding at?
So let's see. I've got
I'm not
character
getting to
back
them,
here.
but-
Morven Vol here. I do have a lot of characters in this list, I will tell you. Character here, a Hospitaller. Character here, Junith Arita. Character here, Dialogus. A Noop. And 2 characters in Deep Strike.
A noob.
Yeah, no, there's no character attached to that.
Yeah, so
battle system.
Assassinate, while is normally a phenomenal one to get, I'm just going to pitching it for CP anyway, because as was pointed out on our pre-stream, for members only, which most of you should be, but you're not yet, the demon detachments are all extraordinarily CP hungry, because they're all very good. We actually got good strats, which is a nice change of pace. Because in the baseline detachment, it was basically uppy downy, and then make something sticky. Sometimes an objective, sometimes your opponent, who knows. So, what?
We're having fun tonight this New Year's. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Oh yes, welcome to the new year. I'm going into my command phase now. All right, so that being said, I've done my scout moves. I moved 9 here, moved 9 here. I've kind of started my daisy chain out.
Very good.
What is this squad again?
Well, this is a scout move or just a normal move? You can't scout move within 9 of my...
That's right.
So they shouldn't really be able to get out of there was the point of this particular deployment.
Yes, we'll go this way. Okay, we'll go there. So it's basically just moving up a little bit. These guys, we're gonna slingshot out that a little bit. We're basically gonna go that way and try and jump into that building.
Sounds good.
So I have some action monkeys.
Action monkey.
And then kill this unit to get my no prisoners, and then set up the defensive bubble for what is the next command shooting phase, or the next shooting phase.
Okay.
That being said, let's go ahead and get some. We have my CP here. I have no other command phase stuff to do. So in an effort to abide by your 9-inch bubble, we're just basically going to take this move and go this way now, because I can go 12 inches from here, because this was the 9-inch move. So these guys can start running this way. I might just advance them. You have nothing on this side, right?
You have, like, I have
sisters?
Battle Sisters, yeah.
Basic
I have
sisters?
a Battle Sisters squad right there.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and advance my...
Checkers.
Where's my dice? There we go. Dice cam? Yep, we're good. All right, so we're going to advance them.
Ooh, they moving.
So we're moving 18.
18, calm down.
Yeah, so at a minimum, we're getting on the other side of this building with the farthest one. So we're just going to go ahead and... Crabs, man.
18, you can get the other side of any building with that.
Yep, so we're just going to go ahead and jump on this side. That'll give me access to some basic things. You don't have a whole lot of shooting threat on this side, which is pretty nice. Do we have any 12-inch? We don't have a 12-inch marker out here, do we? These are all
12,
9
no,
inches.
we don't have a 12. We have 9s and 6s, a couple 3s and 2s.
All right, so for the efforts of this being the ritual and having to create objectives, we'll use stuff like this, because putting the mats down is impossible.
Yeah, it's going to be a pain.
And it does have to be 12 inches away, 6 inches from another, and inside the no man's land.
12 inches from the center or 12 inches from the
an
edge?
existing.
Yeah, but from the edge of it or from the center of it? Right? Because it's...
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's probably, I mean, I think it's, does it say from the center?
I don't know, that's what I'm asking.
Did Gob Ross ever put up a landmine for that
This says
single,
from the marker. So
From the marker, so it'd be from the edge.
single floor dice?
We're doing floor dice already?
Oh yeah, we got the super chats coming.
I was going to say, there's some landmines out there right
We
now?
got 2 landmines.
Ooh, what are they?
Dangerous.
Crickets.
Oh, I tried. I tried, Rob.
Rerolling charges, failing charges, charging the charger? I don't know.
Charging the charger.
So this will be...
First to
planning.
use. Yeah, I'm gonna place a bet. One of them is first to use a stratagem.
First to use a stratagem?
Yep.
That's an extraordinarily abusive use of power. Yeah, what?
It doesn't look right.
What doesn't look right?
We're missing...
I was like,
I was like, wait a minute, that
that's way
doesn't
too
fit.
big.
That's what she said.
Rob's playing 3-card Monty with the terrain over here.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You never heard of 3-card Monty?
No.
Yeah, you like the street game where they have 3 cards and they shuffle them around and you have to pick the right one to win money, and it's usually a scam.
That's just called a shell game.
Sure, it can be that as well. There's other names to it, Rob.
Yeah, other right names. Anyway, so we're going to advance the Fiends.
What's going on, Doomsayer?
Doom!
He just said the word center. No idea what that means.
It would be for the... On the card, it does not say center.
Ah, gotcha.
So we did look that up just now. So if it's changed since the cards, then that's one thing, but it does not currently say center.
Cool, cool.
I don't think it matters too much, to be honest with you.
It technically does because if you go from the center, you can place it basically right here in a straight line. If you go from the outside, you cannot, and still maintain outside.
I see.
That distance is the difference. So you kind of have to do the angle.
Okay.
But putting it in a building here for demon that's a hide in is still pretty solid.
Yeah, for sure.
All around. Okay. So let's go ahead and.
And then?
Doomsayer said it wasn't in an FAQ.
Okay.
All right, cool. I will trust the Doom. We'll do it from the center then.
Yeah, we will. What are the novitiates equipped with?
Bolt guns and maybe like a flamer. Let's find out. There's a plasma pistol in there, a power weapon, a whole bunch of close combat weapons, 2 Ministorum flamers, and yeah, so there is 2 flamers in there.
Okay.
If that is something you fear.
You using all your CP on Overwatch on Seekers? No, I do not fear that.
Overwatch? No.
Hadouken! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and...
Rob's setting up the unfailable charge.
One lesson I've learned over the years is if you can force the unfailable charge, you force the unfailable charge. Do not get lazy.
Do you need to reposition that objective now that we know it's...
Unfailable charges are a myth to me.
To you. To the rest of us.
I did say to me.
He did. He was very specific about it.
And I was reinforcing that I agree with him.
That's rub my nose in it.
That's a dog joke.
Haha, Space Wolf Day.
Got 'em, puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to move this in that much because it's from half to half.
Sweet.
Or from center to center. Okay. So it'll still be there, so I can maintain holding that objective.
Okay.
Your flamers or meltas on your emulator?
Meltas.
Meltas. The 18 inches?
Something like that.
Yeah, they're multi-melter.
They're multi-melted.
Thank you for the exact answer that I was looking for. Sure. Your list feels extraordinarily melee based.
It is.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
It's weird. Yeah, I'm thinking so hard of like, because you got bolters, you got, you know, like your battle sisters have the melta and basic stuff. But I'm thinking like 36 shots of melta or indirects or something, and it's just not there. So it's very counterintuitive what I feel like a sisters list wants to be.
Yep. No, it is. This is definitely an unusual detachment for sisters. While I do think it has some interesting stuff to it and maybe some play to it, I don't know if I'd go as far to say as it's better than, let's say, Bringers of Flame. It's kind of hard to tell right now because sisters, I don't know, everyone's negative on sisters right now, which I think is just
Can you roll me an
unnecessary.
advance, would you?
An advance, certainly. Ooh, I'm going to use your pink dice.
Hi.
Hadouken! A 4!
That's not bad. We take those, thank you. Averages, we give each other averages.
Yeah, I don't know, it is definitely a melee-focused list with so much sacrosanct. But it's still got some shooting power. I mean, I still got a Castigator in there. I've still got Morven Vol. So, you know, I can still take some shots. Some opportunity.
Oh. Sorry, I got excited. I liked where this was going.
It is a New Year's stream, after all. Shots.
So these demonettes, honestly, probably just go ahead and move them up as well. Yeet the building.
You were just insisting on terraforming this terrain today, aren't you?
That's the mission I want to play. Let me control your earthlings. You know what was a great game? And I can't remember the... What was you were an alien? This was like PS2
Destroy
game.
all humans?
Yes. I love
Those are the only 2 clues I needed.
Yeah, that game was fire.
It was so good. Oh, I love that
Nothing wrong
game.
with that game,
I
and it
love
was
that
critically
game.
underappreciated.
It was, no, that's definitely one of those that has a cult following to it. Like, it may not have gotten, you know, huge waves when it came out or whatever, but you'd be surprised, or at least I haven't been surprised by the amount of people that are like, oh, destroy all humans? Like eventually,
you
it
destroy
reaches
all humans?
people-
I destroy all humans.
It was great.
No, there's a lot of games like Mercenaries Playground of Destruction. It was basically just a more combat-focused Grand Theft Auto, and
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
That was such a good game.
Yeah.
Worms Armageddon, it's one of those games you just go back and play, and then you're just like, and then you never played again.
I asked about Worms the other day, and nobody in the studio knew what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
because they're all trashier.
That's fair.
This guy?
Yeah.
Garbage. Garbage. But I played Destiny. Shut up, Dan.
I haven't played Destiny in like a decade, man.
But it's the game you always talk about, though. Whenever we're talking about games, you're like, oh man, I used to play Titans on Destiny. It was so strong.
No, now it's Rivals and Elden Ring.
Rivals
There
is
we go.
pretty solid, though.
There we go.
Have you started Rivals yet?
I did play it a few times. Yeah, I managed to get
to scratch
to,
your Overwatch itch?
a little bit. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I played a little Hawkeye.
Yeah, same. Same. Okay. So that being said, so I'm placing my first primary here with the Demonettes. They're behind the wall. They're nice and saved. So I'm going to get that one out. I've got some interesting shooting lanes that I'm kind of eyeballing that I'm kind of hoping to mitigate with the Demon Prince aura and my stratagem to turn off shooting. Granted, it is at the behest of a battle shock roll, but it's at a -1, so you're taking all your stuff on 7s. You know, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. You know, that is literally a dice cut right there. Here we've got a charge depending on how he pulls on either side, because the only units I advanced with were that unit of Seekers to get them on that side for actions and later zoning scoring, because he does have stuff in Deep Strike. And also this Demon Prince on foot, so his 3-shot heavy bolter is not going to be relevant. He's not there for that. He's there to be beautiful. Okay, let's get into the shooting.
All right. What you got?
To start, I'm going to go ahead and start with the Keeper there, because you could pull back farther than anything else if I just severely overkill you. Because these are all 1 wound, right? Most of your
Yes.
stuff's all 1
Yeah, I
wound,
believe
right?
everything's 1 wound. Yeah,
Yeah.
even the Sacrosants are 1 wound.
Yeah, the characters are pretty beefy as far as T3 models go.
Yeah, okay,
As far as
sure,
T3 models
sure.
go. Because I have a lot of those too. And then, Shalaxi should be able to help with the last bit, and if there's 2 or 3 left, then the Keepers will go in. One way or the other, this unit of beautifully painted sisters is getting mulched and crabbed. So,
Yeah. Does not bode well for them, that's for sure.
nope, but it was importante, because if you had given me the chance, I would move 21 inches on the rip
Yeah.
with the Seekers, and you would be in Seeker jail.
Yeah, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, so I felt it was very necessary to put a nice little front line there. Otherwise, I would have just been looking at Seekers for the entire game until I was looking at Shalaxis, and that's not an upgrade.
No, someone would say it's a downgrade. A side grade? Just, it's graded. So let's go to the...
degrading.
It is. So we're going to go ahead with the Focus Witchfire on the Keeper, because we have the Film of Pain anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be 9 shots, hitting on 2s, strength 6, but it's going to be winning you on 2s because you are a Sisters player.
Yep.
-2, 1 damage. Devils. So hitting on 2s here.
I don't think I have anything fun. What is their ability anyway?
I don't know. You're supposed to be playing that on
Each time a model makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. If a target is attacking within range of an objective, you can reroll the hit roll instead. So that's not going to be
They're
relevant.
good offensively.
Yes, they sure are.
Yeah, anyway. Shooting them in the face now. On 2s, so we've got
Ha,
2
you missed
Devils, and then 5 -2, 1 damage.
5 -2, I believe they're 3-ups. So I'll save 1, and that's 6 total.
Yes, 6 total, based on however many you failed.
Let's see, do I pull them from here? Because you do have a charge that way. Maybe I can take this charge away from you and they just sit there. Yeah, because I don't think you're looking to charge that direction. So yeah, we'll pull them from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay. All right, and then my hazard assist. I pass on a 4. All right, Shalaxi will go ahead and take her swings now with the Pavena Slaanesh. And also the Lash. They're both within 12, so it doesn't matter.
Sounds good.
Because the Lash is 12, Pavena is 18. So I guess we'll start with the Lash. Hitting on 2s.
Okay.
Winning you on 2s. It's -1, 2 damage.
Okay.
No special rules on this one, though. Take it. And then on 2s. All right, cool. You got 5 minus 1, 2 damage.
5 minus 1, 2 damage. Looking for 4s. That's a lot of misses. 4 dead. That's the rest of the squad.
All right.
Get your no prisoner points.
I'll take my T and stuff it. So that's good for me.
Miracle dice for that unit dying.
Oh, Juan. Take your Juan. Your Juan there.
My Juan for Juan.
But yeah, so for me, I'm going to get my 2 points and no prisoners. I'm
You
going
can say that.
He did. I'm going to ditch assassinate, and I've got the primary planted, so we will be good going into the next turn.
And you got 2 for no prisoners?
Yes. Yeah, 2 points.
And John, did you just lose an objective?
I technically did control that, so.
At the start of the command phase, yeah.
Well, no, I didn't lose it because he hasn't gained it.
You do not hold control of it, so you did lose control of it.
Hey, John.
Yeah, just go ahead and hit the button, Dan.
What a weird landmine, but I love it. It was for me to win.
Yeah, somebody saw a pack of novitiate squad just sitting on there, and they were like, "Oh,
The
this
bias
is a landmine."
in the landmines gets way worse, so just stay tuned.
They're nice.
Oh no, I don't like the sounds of that. Actually, no, people could target you too. I could see that. You're a jerk. Yeah,
I am the favorite. Have you not checked the polls?
Speaking of polls, we did have one poll that a homie from home put up. I didn't do it. It was Jacob. Said, whose face is less stupid, Rob, John, or neither? Guess who won? Neither, with 61%.
Wow.
So
neither of us are less.
Rob got
stupid.
27% of the vote though, and John with 11% with.
That thunder.
So I guess John's
to the
face
freaking
or Rob's face is a little less stupid, according to chat.
Yeah, I buy it.
I did bring out all of my
The
fans for that
mustache
one.
is obfuscating
It hides
a lot of
all
it.
of my flaws
Yeah, it
right
does.
here.
Yeah.
My one flaw, which is my upper lip.
Your upper lip.
It's very well hidden under the push broom. Cool. No, that's it.
It's like Zoidberg down there. Anyway.
Anyway, I'm going to 3 CP in your turn.
All right, and I'll go up to 2, and I do get a miracle dice.
In your command phase.
6. And then I get to roll for another over here because I have a squad on an objective. Ooh, it's a 4.
And it's the 4+ you keep it.
It's a 4+. I keep it, and then I get to roll another because I'd just like to.
No.
All right, then I won't.
We're not doing this.
Draw a couple cards here for secondary. Let's see what I get. Assassination. Got some demon princes out there, I guess.
Yeah, come get it.
And engage on all fronts.
That one's a little bit harder for you, turn 1.
Yeah, both of these are not great, not gonna lie.
Dance with Sisters out? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they might be able to get out there if I
Get you a mini
advance
at the
them.
very least. Depending on how you place them, because that's definitely an advance no matter what.
Where is a... We seem distinctly devoid of measuring tools. I could make them righteous and make them move a little more, which
Gotta move
would
a little more.
still require a healthy advance of at least 3 by the looks of it. And that's just to get
you
points.
have a 4.
I do.
Stupid rule.
Engage on all fronts for 2 points. Do I want to throw out some Battle Sisters?
Some schmaddle cattle sisters. Remember, you still also need to worry about placing your objectives and stuff too. So.
I know, yeah. Well, that's not too difficult. I've got plans to do that right
Yeah,
here.
just the mirror.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, oh, it wasn't thunder, it was fireworks.
Yeah, in the
That
parking
makes
lot.
more sense.
You can see it through. It like bounced off a car.
Oh, that's great. I am so glad I'm not parked out there.
Love that Jacksonville. Classy. Stay classy, Duval.
And then assassination, you've got some demon princes over there that I might be able to take some shots at. I don't feel I'm going to reliably kill them. Because you have, how does that stratagem work again? The one that for shooting?
So there's layers to the defensive buffs that I have over there currently. But
Okay.
the strat itself is you select me as a target for shooting. I spend 1 CP. You take a battle shock test at a -1. No matter what happens, you are -1 to hit, whether you pass or fail.
Okay.
If you fail, you must redesignate your shots. You
Interesting.
cannot target the unit again.
Okay. Not even with another unit? Like I just cannot target it for...
I think the unit I currently shot.
Okay.
I will verify that for you, though. The Foot Demon Prince has a 3-up invuln once per game.
Okay.
-1 to hit aura always. And I also have the Tenacity to roll 4-ups.
Okay.
2-up, 4-up, in case you're looking for like cheap AP, it's 2-up, 4-up.
Yeah. So it might be tough to kill a Demon Prince, but I think we're going to go for it. Just to maybe try for the assassination. Because that's a Keeper of Secrets, you said?
Yes, 5-up Film of Pain on
I'm assuming, what's the, of those 3, which would be the easiest to kill?
the Winged Demon Prince.
The Winged Demon Prince. And that's because he's toughness, what, 9?
No feel, no pain either.
It's no feel, no pain, no 3-up invuln. He's going to be -1 to hit always because he's going to be near, or sorry, not always, but he's going to be near the Walking Demon Prince for now until I send him out to go do his thing. If I had to choose one of the 3, that would be the easiest to heal, it would be him.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, one thing I did forget is Junith lets me roll a battle shock test or sacrifice a miracle dice for a CP. I'm just going to roll the battle shock test, though, which I pass with an 11, so I go up to 3 CP.
Okay.
Which now makes me wonder, do I want to pitch engage on all fronts? We're going to go ahead and spend a CP to do that and see if we get a better secondary.
Using a strat, it's crazy. That was probably one of those.
Doesn't seem to be.
Dang!
We're going to get Cull the Horde, which I believe is a redraw. Area of Denial. That I like. Because that we can do.
Come on back.
Because we're going to get Area Denial, and then we're going to also try for Assassination. So this guy I positioned in such a way. I'm going to move 5 to get to here. And then the rest of his...
That's a pivot. It's a pivot.
That was not a pivot.
100% pivot.
Not a pivot.
He's cheating. Cheating. Judge.
Not a pivot.
Bueller.
And that should give me line of sight of both Demon Princes, maybe?
I don't know if that puts you in...
What's up, Wraith Maze? Thanks for joining us.
I don't know if the measurement supported because he had to go around the but I just don't know. Like, do you have anything?
I mean, I when I first put him here, I measured so that way he would be able to
within
get within 3, yeah. So he was able to.
Okay.
And I just want him
It's just one of those
touching
tight
into the...
measurements, so.
Yeah, for sure. But no, I mean, we can put him back over here and remeasure if you want. But he was here, moved 5 to here, so that way he could move the 7 to get within 10 is how I measured it. Right, so this corner is within 10, so as long as he gets...
At 3 inches, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that'll get me the Area of Denial, and then now it's, maybe I get Assassination, maybe I don't. But we're gonna go for it. Let's go ahead and move these girls up just a bit. You've got Seekers we might want to just take some shots at. 6 won't let me get wholly on that terrain, but I think I'll be able to get some shots in.
What's up, Mount Hellbane? He said, Go Slaanesh. Brothers are here, so we can't watch right now, sadly. That's okay. Just come back and watch the VOD when you're free.
Yes.
Or screw it, just force your brothers to sit down and watch too.
There you go.
The true excessive way.
We got any more gossipers in chat? Anyone else I can beat up verbally while John takes forever?
Dorian said, why is Rob not using the character that has a 4+ feel no pain against mortals? With the strat that allows unit to...
So the Infernal and Rapturous, which is where he's going with this.
Said something about the strat is evil.
The strat is evil, to pass off wounds onto her.
I'm muted, sorry. I was saying, what's up, Hosen? Or what's up, Wraith Mace? What's up, Mount Hellbane? And that Ghost Slaanesh, brothers are here. And also said to force them to sit and watch the game. Just make them do it. It'll be all right. Yeah, so what were we saying about the strat?
So while you were muted, you'd brought up the, why didn't I bring the Infernal and Rapturous?
Yeah.
So, one, she's very one-dimensional. It's Psychic Weapons and Mortal Wound Philippine, which is great. However, she doesn't really bring anything to the army outside of that. So then she becomes an anchor where I'm passing wounds off onto her within 12 inches. You
An
almost
advanced
missed that.
roll for that. It was nowhere near.
It was pretty close.
No.
It was in the box. It's pretty close. And at that point, like this list I have right now is exactly 2,000 points on the nose. So I have to give up something for her. And at that point, I don't really justify. Like, I did bring 4 units of Demonettes, which is more than the average list is bringing, but I also didn't bring any chariots, because normally you'd have more chariots. So it kind of balances out in that regard. So yes, she is gross for that one strat. That is her only purpose. And right now, I just don't see a reason for that to be in my list. While I'm still digesting the depth of what Keepers can bring to the list and Demon Princes. Because I feel like Demon Princes as a whole are probably the ones that benefited the most out of every detachment.
Yeah, you were big on them when they first came out, especially the corn ones. That game was tough when I played my Space Wolves into you. It's a brutal game. Closer than I thought. After the first couple rounds, it was looking pretty dire, but was able to close the gap a little bit. Not enough to win the game, but it was still a nice, fun game there.
I mean, a balmy 15 points at the bottom of the turn in turn 5 can really shift a game to.
Oh, yeah. For anyone just joining us live, what's going on? Thanks for joining us. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're enjoying the content. You know, we're just here trying to provide some quality games for y'all.
I'm here to play quality games. I do it for me. And by proxy for you people. Specifically the ones with dice.
Man of the people.
And also our VODs. I do it for the VODs.
Dorian, don't worry about asking any questions. It's not a stupid question.
We welcome
It got Rob to yap a little bit about his favorite detachment, so it's good.
I am always down, even when I'm not on stream, to talk demons. No one ever asks me anything about demons, and it bothers me. Ask me about my knowledge. It's limited, but extremely good.
So you're going to say, but excessive.
I thought about it, and I was like, I honestly don't feel like walking down that tightrope today. I don't have the energy for it.
We just need to get to about here, which 8-inch move shouldn't be difficult.
So yeah, lots of movement, lots of measuring. Very technical. Sisters have to be very conscientious of their ranges to each other and how you want to extend those gun lanes on this terrain.
I think we do that.
Natalie said you're her demon go-to.
We do chat a lot in the Discord, especially when I think of something extraordinarily wild. I'm just like, I'm going to put it out there and tag Natalie so she can laugh at the shenanigans that are involved here.
That's right. If you want to get in on those shenanigans, join the Discord. It's getting more and more live in there. We've got lively discussions about the new detachments. So who were the biggest winners, the biggest losers? And I know there's a chat, probably a chat going on in there about some orcs.
No, I love the Tau detachment. Okay.
Tau detachment is gross. Hate it.
Was that me? Did I put that in the chat? My bad.
Space Wolves detachment is meh. But I'm still tinkering up some lists. I want to try to make it work. It's just nowhere near as fun as... no, it's not frozen. That's just
frozen.
there's a dice still in the thing.
No, there's not.
Okay.
Or the dice tray.
My B.
Dan over here arguing with me. Brother. Want to get suplexed in that chair?
All right, I've got some shooting set up here. I'm going to try for a demon prince, see if I, maybe I get lucky. You never know. But otherwise, definitely want to take out these seekers. Go ahead and take out an asset while I have the opportunity. I've got an immolator set up over here just so that way, maybe he pops it and I drop a whole bunch of battle sisters onto a point and score that way.
And then I eat them too.
Yep.
B Ravens, what's up?
Ravens, hello, bud.
These ladies.
He said, what do we got here? Sisters versus sisters?
The Twisted Sisters.
Sisters versus
Yep.
sisters.
Let me double check my placement on
Ask me
them.
later what the name of my list was. Can't do it on stream.
I do need to make sure.
Join the
they have to be
Discord to
within
find
1
out the
inch,
name
so I'm
of
gonna
that.
move them up just a little bit this way.
Yeah, specifically on Discord. I will share it on Discord. You can't get me on Discord.
13 inches outside of my deployment, so this sister will just be right there. And there's going to be a objective made there.
Dorian said Eldar is the biggest losers. B Raven's disagreeing, saying T Sons wants to have a word with you.
Yeah, well, they can catch my call forwarding because we're not doing it.
All right, cool. Now I got my objective set up for the ritual. So yeah, I guess let's just go ahead and get into some shooting and see what happens. So let's start with, I believe the immolator is the one I want to start with, because that gives me something.
And that's the one on the center objective?
Yes. In your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select one enemy unit hit by one or more of those attacks. Until the end of the phase, that enemy unit cannot have the benefit of cover.
No.
I think we do that.
I mean, that's actually kind of good because I do have 2 of armor. So.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to shoot the immolator into... Let me see what I have range of. What's their toughness? 9 and 10 on the walking one?
Yes. I'll walk it out.
So I'm not in range of either for Melta, but I am in range of both for just the shots. So I'm going to go for the one that's T9.
So that would be wounding on 4s.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things now that we're in the shooting phase. First, I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
You've got 2 units that can shoot, basically. It's the Castigator and the Immolator.
Correct.
What is on the Castigator?
A Castigator autocannon, so strength 9, AP 1, 3 damage, twin linked, rapid fire, which won't come into play, so just 4 shots. There's a heavy bolter, which...
24 inches or 36?
36.
They got
so
the good bolters.
Looks like I am in range. And then there is a hunter-killer missile at 48 inch. 1 shot, hitting on 2, strength 14, minus 3d6.
Okay. So I'm going to do 2 things at the top of this phase. One is I'm going to go ahead and pop my once per turn 3-up invuln on the Walking Prince.
Ooh.
Because on the Flying Prince, once you target him, because we're targeting him, right? I'm going to use the strat to make him, because the Immolator is the first one targeting him.
Yep.
We're going to make that one risk not being able to shoot, because then your only other target would be the Walking Demon Prince, which I have to declare his invuln at the top.
Okay.
And then both of them are going to have, if you shoot one, or if you can't shoot this guy, then this guy takes it. Like, I'm trying to mitigate my wound coverage total.
Okay.
So, so I'm declaring the 3-up invuln on the Walking Prince.
Okay.
I'm going to use the 1 CP strat on the Immolator, because you're using that to shoot first.
Okay.
And it would take you a -1 battle shock test.
-1 battle shock test. So
Yes.
I would
Bring it down
need
to
an 8.
And it is currently, because battle shock tests can be layered in minuses up to a maximum of 9. I do control half of the objectives in No Man's Land, so there are shadows, because that one is not down until the end of your turn.
Okay.
So you're at a -2 in your leadership, or for your battle shock tests.
Okay.
So that's why we're doing this. We're leveraging as many of the demon rolls as I can get. So battle shock at -2.
Okay.
If you fail, D3 mortal wounds, and you cannot target the Flying Demon Prince anymore.
Okay.
With that unit.
With that unit.
that unit.
Okay. But then I can target something else.
The Walking Demon Prince or Shalaxi or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then you can do it after that, but just not the one that's probably going to die.
Okay, cool, gotcha. Let's go for it. Just for the sake of knowing my rules, I can use a miracle dice for a battle shock test.
I do not know.
Oh,
I
you
don't think so.
No?
No.
I don't know if that's one of those tests, because there's a lot of rules that are like that don't do that.
Acts
you
of
guys are
faith, advance roll, battle shock test, charge roll, damage roll, hit roll, saving throw, or wound roll. So if I wanted to, I could use a 6, and then I would just need to show a 2 on the dice, or no, a 3, because he's a 7, so, and it's -2, so I would need a 9.
Yeah.
So if I use the 6, I need to show 3 on the dice to pass.
That is you burning your 6.
Yes.
Which,
yeah.
honestly, it's just as good with me, because then you
Yeah.
can't use it for your damage.
Yeah, no, I'm mostly thinking out loud to see if that would be worth it.
No, yeah.
Probably not.
The big thing here is that 6 could be 6 damage, right? Like,
Yeah.
But if you burn it on the battle shock test, you could still technically lose.
Yeah.
Passing.
And yeah, I mean, +1 to wound would be nice into one of those demon princes, but I don't think it's worth burning my 6. Just wanted to put it out there that it was a thought. So we're going to go ahead and roll that battle shock test, looking for a 9. Got it with a 10.
So you are still -1.
Minus
not only
1 to
because
hit.
of the strat, -1 to hit.
Okay.
So the strat tells you no matter if you pass or not, you are -1 to hit, but also the Demon Prince aura is there regardless. So you're still just -1 to hit. In case you have any other bonuses that I don't know about.
Okay, but that's the only thing affecting me right
Correct.
now is anything shooting into him is -1 to hit.
Yes.
Cool. All right, well, let's just keep rolling with it. We're going to shoot with the Immolator. We do have...
Now it's 2 and 2?
2 and 2, yep. So Hunter Killer Missile, twin multi, so I'm hitting on 3s with the multi-melta. Or sorry, 4s, because -1 to hit. I'm going to roll 1. Does not hit. And then I think I can do 1 miracle dice per unit per phase.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do a 4 on that multi-melta, so we auto-hit with 1 of them. And then this is going to be strength 9, twin linked, so I need a 4. Just
John.
rolling some 1s tonight.
I love that for me.
Hey, John,
Yes.
remember when we talked about biased landmines?
First one to use a Miracle Dice?
Was that it? First one to use a miracle
First one to
dice?
use a miracle dice.
Yeah, that's pretty biased, chat. Wow.
You
God, I
can
love
thank
that.
Nat
Wow.
for that one on the Discord.
Gonna roll for that Seeker Missile. Hits on a 5. Need a 3 here. Got it. 1 at -3.
I just, even with cover, it'd still be a 4 up, and this is out of that one still. That's the last of it shooting.
Yes.
Okay.
No, sorry. It's got a heavy bolter coming up as well.
So 4 up. This would be D6.
D6.
But I don't want to burn you here because I don't want you to roll it and be like, it's only D6, and you only have a bolter after that, and then
Castigador.
yeah, I'll actually save it for him. So go ahead and roll your damage.
I'm just gonna use a 6 here, so you take 6 damage.
Okay.
Using those miracle dice, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. So let's do the heavy bolter now. This is on 4s, sustained hits. 1 hit. 5, so I should need a 4 or 5. Does not wound. So now let's go ahead and move over to Castigador.
Yep. So still rocking -1 to hit because of the Demon Prince aura.
Indeed. So Castigator autocannons hitting on 4s is going to be 4 shots. 2 hits. And then
On 4s.
on 4s, twin linked. Don't need them. 2 at -1, no cover.
All right, 3s because 2 up armor. And this would be 3 damage.
3 damage.
What does he have left? Just the bolters?
Heavy bolter, hunter seeker missile, and a storm bolter, which doesn't reach. So still is hunter seeker missile coming in.
Okay. Because this is the only one that's going to be a 3 up. Well, I guess the other bolters are going to be, but not the hunter killer. I'll go ahead and CP reroll this one.
All right.
1. Because it's a 3. Good.
Ooh, nice.
Cool. So I'm staying at 4 wounds.
Okay. And then hunter seeker missile. Hits on a 3.
This is the -1.
Yeah, because it's 2 up normal. And then on a 3. Good. 1 at -3.
4.
No cover.
Nope.
D6. I don't have another one to roll, but we get a 3 and he'll live with 1.
Ow. Spy.
So close. Oh, I still got a heavy bolter. Maybe that'll do it.
You still got it.
On 4s, 2 hits. I think 1 sustained. It is.
Yeah, they should be.
On 5s. 1 at -1.
Ooh.
Got him.
Dies.
That's
Just
huge. Got the assassination for 5. I think I lucked out a bit on that one, chat. How do you feel? Do you think that was a little bit on the lucky side of shooting?
I mean, it's a miracle dice scheme. I mean, it's what,
That's
the
fair.
army does, right?
Yeah,
Just
I did
5,
use
6.
2 miracle dice to get that done, so it wasn't like I didn't spend any resources.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that was just kind of the thing. So the strat would have been nice to force the... 'cause the only thing that did damage was the hunter killers.
Hunter
basically.
killers,
The,
yeah.
the 2 hunter killers basically did it.
Yeah, they did 9 total.
The
Yeah.
heavy lifting. So, yeah, I mean, that is what it is. That's just anti-monster shenanigans. So what else we got?
All right, so now we pretty much just got some shooting into these guys. Let's do Morven Val's squad. I would assume they are not monsters or vehicles, so I don't think I'm getting any rerolls.
I am neither. I am mounted.
Oh no, that's just whenever they make an attack, I can hit and wound reroll. Each time this unit's selected to fight, you can discard a miracle dice. Add 3 to the attacks. Each time an enemy unit's destroyed by this model, you gain 1 dice. I don't know if I'll need that here. And then I think the Paragon suits are the ones that have the ability for monster vehicle, add 1 to the hit roll and 1 to the rune roll. So I won't have that. Let's go to Paragon war suits. So 24 inches. All of them are within 24, but only the front 2 are within 18 for the multi-meltas. But the 3 of them will get Paragon grenade launchers. So this is 3 attacks on 3s. They all hit. And then this is strength 9, so I would assume...
T4, so 2s.
Ooh, 2s. All right, so that's going to be 3 at -2.
Damage?
D3 each.
All right, so this will be 5s. Neither?
Sweet. Are they more than 1 wound each?
They're 2 wounds a pop.
2 wounds a
Bikes,
pop?
basically.
Okay, so it does matter. 1's dead, 1's alive, 1's dead. So 2 die. And then we'll do 2 multi-meltas. Or sorry, 1 multi-melta, because the other 2 can't reach. On 3s. And on 2s with rerolls. 2 at -4.
5s. Neither.
D6. Dead. And dead.
Okay.
And then we got Morvenval. Where'd she go? She should have enough to finish it off. I did not declare
Fidelis.
the bonus Fidelis. So this is just going to be 3 shots from Fidelis. 6s are sustain, and she hits on 2s.
Yep.
Strength 6, so 2s again?
3s.
3s. Oh, they're 4s, my bad. That's 4 at -1.
Dead.
Cool. 2 damage each. All right, that clears that squad. Well, I came, I took out some demons. Things are looking pretty good for my first turn. Got all my secondaries accomplished, which is big because I did invest CP to get another one. So overall, pretty good, solid turn for Sisters.
You got a character?
I did. I killed a demon prince.
So does that mean Rob lost a character?
He did lose a character.
Yes.
Looks like John isn't gonna hog all the miracle dice or all the.
I am
He's
hogging
gonna
all
hog
the
all the
miracle
miracle
dice.
dice.
That's going to be a
He is
thing.
gonna hog
He's going to
those.
hog all the bullshit.
But we get to share the floor dice, Rob.
I generally look for the landmines.
Sharing is caring.
Tippy tappy tappy. Well, I have an excessive amount of sharing that I'm
How
going to do
demon
soon.
of you. Oh no.
Okay, so with that being said, that is the bottom of 1. Mm-hmm. You've got your scores in. Getting your scores in. I'm going to go ahead and roll my...
It was 5 for both. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat. 5 for both of the secondaries.
Yes, 5 for area denial, 5 for assassination.
All right, going into turn 2. We got 3 CP for both of you.
Yes.
I'm at 2.
Well,
Because I used one of the strats for a CP reroll and also the...
Oh, the
don't shoot
CP.
me.
That's the one I missed. All right.
All right.
And yep, what do we got?
All right, so I got Established Locus, which is very good, and Engage on All Fronts, which is also very good. That's what we do.
And what are we looking like for our primary?
So primary is going to be only the 1 objective, which I believe is still 5 on the
I think it's
visual?
5, yeah.
It's 5 for each.
But it's only no man's land.
In no man's land, yeah. Basically, you're abandoning your home objective outside of defend. So it's nice to have a unit nearby that can do it, but you don't have to sit on it. Yeah, so I'm going to go 5 on primary, and we are going to send it. Would you like to cover our turn 2 sponsor?
Oh, yes. Our turn 2 sponsor. Roll that turn 2 real quick.
Oh, I did already.
Well, I know turn 1 is Big Bear 3D. Turn 2 sponsor, I believe, is Baron of Dice.
Is it? Is it the Burden of Dice?
Baron of
Yes!
Dice!
Oh, it's like I do this every other week or so. Yeah, huge thank you, Baron of Dice, Cave Reps sponsor. You can definitely check out the link in the description below for all of their cool dice, personalized, customized, any different edges and looks. And on top of that, we give you a little bit of a coupon code bonus. So check it out.
Sweet.
Man, hosting and playing is... I didn't even think of my hosting responsibility.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
I helped.
I know.
I did the thing.
Go Team Venture.
What?
I said go Team Venture.
Venture?
Yes. You ever seen the Venture Brothers?
No.
No. Wow. That's
You know what's funny? I used to neglect that show, thinking like I would have Adult Swim on and it would come on and be like, eh. But then when I actually gave it a shot, so good.
It's so good.
That show is really, really
Like
good.
that is one of my favorites. It got a little weaker, you know, as seasons went on, but then it got better. It was one of those definitely where, like, you know, it was hit or miss some seasons, but oh man, did I love it.
Not going to give it away, but there's a lot more heavily biased landmines coming in this game. So
Very nice.
stay tuned
Oh man.
and utilize all your data sheets, stratagems, and movements.
Every single time a Paragon warsuit breathes air,
It breathes.
it does.
Does it breathe?
It does.
All right, so talk to me about what we got back here. Is this a Battle Sister squad?
Battle Sister Squad, 2 Battle Sister Squad, technically.
2 5-mans?
1 10-man, 1 5-man.
What's the split here? What am I looking at?
So up front here, you've got the red Battle Sisters, and then tucked away back here
Orange.
a bit, you have the silver Battle Sisters. That's
Very nice.
And then the Dialogus is attached to the silver ones under here.
And that gives her...
It's a 12-inch deep strike denial.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
And I believe I can turn a miracle dice into a 6 once per turn or something like that.
Or something like that, you know, no big deal.
Yep.
So I'm thinking about how I want to slice this pie, if you will.
Ooh, pie.
Because
pie.
so we're definitely going to get established locus. We're going to place an objective over here with the Seekers.
Sweet.
Demon's probably just going to come nestle up in here, look for just counterplay on this side of the table. Because Morganval do be causing problems when she does finally make it to combat. That is her one downside, is she is kind of slow.
A little bit.
So the Fiends are going to go ahead and move up here. We are going to... What is her move, 6 or is it
8?
8.
So like she's not like terribly slow, but like yeah, she's not super fast.
She's
either.
still at vehicles.
And with and with no advance in charge, you know, it's limited what can be done.
We do like the limiting factors of Morganval. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move the Keeper yonder. Do I want to commit to that? I think I'm going to go ahead and sit right there, because then I can still shoot that way.
Sounds good.
And then we will move.
Yes. Yeah, no worries. I got you.
It's all worries. You're not.
Such worry.
I can't help but worry. Go ahead and take the 8 inches there. Take the little piddling pot shots that we can. We're within 12. He's a heavy bolter. I just want to make sure we got the range though. All right, this unit of demonettes. I move them here, or do I move them out and then trade? That might be smart too. This has, you said, a melty meltas, a heavy bolter, and no longer a missile hunter killer.
No longer a hunter sequel, yeah. So a multi-melta, heavy bolter, and I think that's it at this point. Maybe a storm bolter in there somewhere, but then I could be lying.
So we are going to go ahead and start trying to make some use of our detachment rules to show it off for all the peeps, all the homies. Everyone say bye to Dan. He smells bad.
Oh.
Boom, roasted. All right, and then these demonettes are basically going to take their spot to front load this building. They don't have any actions to do, so I'm going to advance them to make sure I can get all the way where I need to go. Cool. So they're moving 13, which is more than enough. And we will go back into here.
Very good, very good.
Good, good. And then your deep strike unit is the Sacrosanct, right? Melee squad?
They're in strategic reserve, and then I have the Demonifuge in deep strike.
That's the character pair?
Character pair, yep.
I don't even remember what they do.
They have a free heroic intervention at first strike, so they're kind of like a response unit to a charge. They have anti-chaos too, which will be pretty handy for you.
Weird. It's like the nuns that were meant for anti-chaos are doing anti-chaos stuff.
It is a pretty good staple competitively as well.
Yeah, no, they're very small footprint, very good, and fairly durable too. One of them is, the other one's not. All right, so that one will be placed by them, so they don't have to go very far. They're front loading that. Don't really need to commit these guys yet. Granted, your melee squad is, so Sacrosanct, right?
Yep.
They can smack.
They can.
They can also get smacked.
They could.
Because they're 1 wound to pop, which is kind
They
of,
are.
it's just giving them an extra wound for their shields would have been too much. That being said, I don't want to. I think we're actually going to go ahead and take Shalaxi and move her here, wholly within.
Okay.
So I can just take the shooting and then force you to, because basically on the 8 inches that she has, like you're not going to get that full unit in the terrain, and you're also not going to get the full unit past that wall if you wanted to shoot her, because just the way everything is.
Well, they're limited range too. 24 for the grenade launchers,
yeah,
18 for the.
It's
the
just more of
muzzles.
a threat concentration of like where I can place these things, because basically is I've got 3 units to shoot here to whittle it down, and I've got 2 attempts at rerolling hits and wounds for dev wounds to pop this rhino. And then depending on how I charge, it's going to force you to do an emergency disembark potentially. And then if the fiends can pile into you, they have fallback shenanigans too. So like there's a lot that I'm going to try and pull off here.
Okay.
To try and just slow down your oppressive dice. So whenever the oppressive dice start, of course.
Yeah,
Now,
they're coming.
Currently not here. Miracle dice are oppressive though. So yeah, I'm just going to reline the fiends here. Counter threat to this side because they do move like 12 or 14, move through walls. Like they're just going to get real quick.
Oh, they do move through walls.
Yes. 'Cause they're beasts.
Oh, interesting.
So that being said, I need to bring in some units here for some scoring because I can't forget. So this unit of Demoness is going to come over here to touch your engagement zone for established locus.
I think you have to be wholly within the engage. Oh no,
that's for behind
No,
the
that's
lines.
for behind. Yep. Established locus. You got it.
So that's just going to be here to give them their assets here and also maintain a little bit of durability. Because if you step out with the sisters to shoot them, then the keepers just got free reign. So that'll be established locus in your deployment zone, which is good. And then I don't want to drop the other unit of fiends just yet because it does me no good. Because I need you to uncastle a little bit so I can force you into bubbles that separate you out. Because as good as it would be to just yeet them in here, the Sacrosancts would actually do a fairly good job at killing the fiends by themselves. So, that being said, I've got 1 unit of Demonettes and a unit of fiends left in reserve. And yeah, I'm thinking maybe I push the envelope here for the other unit of Demonettes, because over here it's just Battle Sisters, Sacrosancts, but they move 6, yeah?
6 or 7 if I righteous them.
So that would still be,
I think.
as long as I end up here,
Yes.
I put you in a real bad spot for charges.
What's going on, Tony Bag of Donuts and Connor Hughes? Connor Hughes saying that he just finished painting one of his stealth suit proxies. Check it out in the Discord. He's going to share it.
The bag of donuts really messed me up there. Thank you for that. Yeah, brother. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and move these out. And I'll move them here.
Okay.
So that way I can get my 4 corners for engage, and then I'll just put the Demonettes here and kind of just swap it out.
Okay. Sounds good.
Actually, yeah. In order to not move models, we'll pretend like I did it anyway. It's like moving and then not moving, right? We'll take the 9 inches
Yeah, you will.
here.
Oh, so this is your deep strike coming in?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
If I do the Demonettes, though, I could, but then you could heroic. I don't want to give you that because they could overcommit on the charge, whereas these guys may not. And you can't shoot me with them because he's not wholly within anyway. So we'll go here. Cool. We'll do that. So that way I can go this way.
Okay.
And then you won't be able to do your shenanigans as much as you want. Do you want to do anything?
Yes, I think I will do a rapid ingress, because you've got Keeper's Secrets coming in that way, which I don't know how much I like. You got Fiends here. None of these can move through walls, though, right?
The Fiends and Demonettes can.
These can?
Yes.
Okay. Fiend.
Well, technically, let me rephrase that. All of them can for 1 CP.
Oh.
All demons have 1 CP.
Okay. Is that like just every demon detachment now has?
Not the undivided one.
Oh, okay.
All 4 of the new ones have
New
it.
ones have the move through walls for
Yes.
1 CP, so you'd be able to move her, do a charge within 9 through a
Move
wall.
or charge.
Okay.
Where does Bellicor belong nowadays?
In the trash.
Really? They
Yes.
like
No,
killed
they
him?
still have not fixed him. He's dog doo-doo. Give him
guy.
back -1 damage.
I've
Give him
painted,
back -1 damage and we'll talk.
painted 2 of them and they're so cool.
They are. They did him so dirty. They were like, oh, you get blown up. Okay, and? That's 1 turn. 1 turn of usefulness, and then it's 300 points of trash.
The other options, I could go over that way.
Give him a sweep profile, too. Give him a sweep profile and give him -1 damage for being Lord of Shadows. And the rest of the data sheet's fine.
Do you even have a charge with these guys?
No, they're doing the action.
Oh yeah, no you do not. So they're just sitting there, so I don't think there's really much to do to respond to them. I can always just move the sisters out and do that then anyway.
Sure.
So let's take a look at what charges you do have. You do have a 9-inch charge over here.
I do.
With those Fiends, and then you more than likely might have a charge coming in this way from these ladies.
Several options for charges there.
Yep.
Excuse me.
So, and you've got some stuff over there. I mean, I could make a play for your home objective, but that doesn't really do anything.
There is another unit of Fiends that are here.
Yep.
And yes, it scores you no points, even if you hold it for 5 turns.
Yeah. So that doesn't feel super necessary. Uh-oh, what'd you do?
Are we done? Are we
Just
out?
refresh it.
No, it was just YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's just YouTube.
Technical difficulties.
Yep.
Classic Dan.
Just a few. I could also go back there and kind of start putting pressure on your objectives to try to take points from you next turn.
Could try. Shalaxi is still there.
Shalaxi
Hiding no point.
is still there, hiding 1 point. I could probably take the other point from you, though.
Well, I figured that out. Cursed Cowboy in chat agrees with you, Rob. He said they took the 2 rules that made him an auto take and made it a rule all graders have, or you can get an enhancement for. So pretty much.
Now, if he could still maintain the 6-inch deep strike. So, granted, that's the undivided detachment rule, but originally that was just based off of his aura or the shadows, right? If they made that part of his data sheet as what, so it basically the detachment.
Like allowing 6-inch charges.
Yeah, off of him. That would justify his points and the fact that he hits like a wet noodle, because then it's just you get your power back.
That's my deep strike. Got the Demonifuge back there as a counter charge option.
But hopefully chat heard me. Just saying.
They didn't hear you. Talk like a mouse.
Yeah, Cursed Cowboy agreeing with Rob. Yeah, Hosen, I'm learning the hard way. It's not as easy as it seems to mute and unmute whenever it is needed.
Take it off your hip and put it in front of you and just stare at it so you can see the color.
Well, it's because whenever I type, it comes out on the.
You're fine. You'll figure it out the hard way.
On you,
We're
sir.
learning.
All
We're
right.
learning.
So now that we've got that, so I've got 3 units to shoot, and then some charges.
Okay.
So now the Immolator T9, 3 up.
That might be a T10. Let me double check.
You let me know.
Oops. Immolator T10.
Okay, so T10.
10, 11 wounds.
They improve Papa Smurf, and why
3
not
up armor,
Bellator?
6 up invul.
Facts.
See, I think
Facts.
these detachments that came out for
Let's start with the Demon Prince shooting.
factions that don't have a codex yet, they gave them not so great detachments because they're saving those good, flavorful ones for the codex. At least that's where my deluded mind is putting it. Because why waste like a good, flavorful detachment in these Grotmist detachments? Like I saw someone mentioning one of the Drukhari. Some people really wanted the Coven or
what did
something
you do?
like that.
Did you just drop the mic on F5?
He did. He's refreshing. Dan's a liability tonight, boys.
All right, never mind.
Yep. So we're going to take the Demon Prince shot didn't do anything because he's winning on 6s anyway.
Sweet.
He's got a heavy bolter. And then Keeper is now going to shoot with the focused Witchfire.
Okie dokie.
So hitting
Focus
on 2s.
your Witchfire.
Hitting on 2s with Death Wounds. And then on 5s,
Okay.
get strength 9. Right? Strength 6, but still 5s. Sorry. Right. So we've got three Death Wounds total, and then 1 -2.
-2.
One
I
damage.
do have cover, so that's
4
1
damage total.
each. 4 damage total. He's down to 7.
Cool, we pass our big thing.
You said that's a heavy bolter?
His is the Demon Prince. It's effectively a demon heavy bolter.
Aren't heavy bolters 2 damage?
Yeah, and he did nothing. Dan, thanks for coming to the conversation.
Okay.
That was the Keeper of Secrets.
Gotcha.
Anyway, cool. Let's go over here to the Shalaxi now. I believe she is going to be well outside of the 12 inches for her lash, which is fine because that thing doesn't hit very well anyway. But we will go to the Pariah Slaanesh. So this will be D6 shots with sustained hits 3. So number of shots
Okay.
for 3. Hitting on 2s, looking for 6s.
Ooh.
That's a 6 extra hits.
Ooh.
Finally, the rule works. All right, and then on 5s, because strength 9.
Okay.
But it is Death Wounds. So
1 dev.
So 1 dev and 1 -2.
Good.
Okay.
Dev
Then it's
wounds?
just D3 on the Death Wounds. For 3.
Ooh. This is still on the immolator, right?
Yes. Yeah, the whole point was to soften her up pretty good.
Nice. You certainly did. Down to 4.
All right, and that's the shooting.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I owe you for... And she'll take D3
Ha-ha.
for 3, and then on the 5 of Philippines. So she takes 3. Which is down to 17, which I don't have a D20 on the table for some reason.
Oh, there's a D20 right here.
Oh, thank you. Down to 17.
The Shalaxi. She has 20 wounds, really?
Yep, name characters get the extra wounds.
Excessive.
Yes.
Legion of Excess.
Excellent.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, checks out.
Cool, so let's get into the charges. Now, so we did declare that Demonettes are doing my established locus, so I'll get the 4 points for that.
Okay.
And then I am currently engaged on all 4 sides no matter what happens from here on, so I'm getting another 4 points for that. So I've made my scoring.
Yes, indeed.
Now I'm going to look to do some bubble wrapping and kill some stuff using
bubble
my
wrap.
detachment rule. So we will go try and pop the landmine for failed charges.
Okay.
So we've got the 9-inch one here.
Okay.
No,
you make
we
it.
those. Okay. So let's go this way.
I'm not jealous at all or anything.
Oh, you've never made a 9-inch charge out of Deep Strike? The answer is no, he hasn't.
Even if I had that +3 nonsense from the Grey Knights, I would still miss it.
Drogo's. Yeah, I've missed that one a few times. That one hurts.
Drogo?
Drago.
Drago?
Drago. I don't know how you say his name.
So I only declared them.
He's from Game of Thrones, right?
So it's hanging outside of an inch here, and I can't base that way, so he's going to come in and pile in this way, basically.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't have to because he's fighting base to base because they're biker bases. D-minutes.
I do have a heroic intervention option,
You do?
which feels pretty good there, except, yeah, because I can use it here, and then I can use it again for free over there with their rule if I need it. So this would be the time if I wanted to. Where else are you charging? Yeah, let's give it a shot. So I'm down to 1. And, huh?
I'm at 2.
So looks like I was within 6, which means I need a 5. Or actually, it looks like I need a 4 to be able to get within engagement. But we want much higher because
You'd have to end on the other side of your models. But either way,
What's
you're
that?
going to make it. You'd have to end on the other side of your models, but yeah, you make it.
Okay.
Okay. Being within 6 is an easy category.
Yep. So with a 7, we're going to move this real quick.
Oop, that is not the wrong button. That's not the right button. All right, so when you attack me, because you will get the opportunity to over there, you'll be -1 to hit. And depending on how many you get sliced up here, I might take the seductive gambit.
Ooh, seductive.
And it's unit by unit, so I can make that decision as I see it.
Okay. Go here. And then the rest of these, I think, will just...
Keep an eye on your coherency, because you are going out around an immolator, or a castigator.
Yep, that is right. I'm going to have to...
Leave a lot of space there.
Oh, so then, which is going to be the best way to go? Probably this way. So these... Oops. Hey, let go. They're just going to go through the immolator that way. And that way I'll be on this side. 7... Or 6, rather. Oh, no, they rolled a 7. That's right.
John taking 8 hours to do a countercharge. It's crazy.
8 hours?
It's crazy.
You got somewhere to be?
Yeah.
You sitting here rushing me when you're the one over here using all the time. All right, on you.
Okay. So let me see how you've got your seductive gambit here, or your pile-ins. So you do not get vice first, so you would get to choose one though. And this is the...
These two are the hero unit, the arrogant.
What are you whispering to yourselves over there, guys?
What's her name?
Yeah, I don't know her name. What's their attack profile like? Give me the deets, because right now it looks like...
Let's see.
You probably get maybe 5 in, at a -1 to hits.
Something like that. Let's see. So one of them basically doesn't have an attack profile. 3 hits, hitting on 4s, strength 4, 0 AP, 1 damage. The other one does. 4 hits, hitting on 2s, strength 5, AP 2, 2 damage. While this unit's leading a unit and contains Astrid Thurga model, weapons equipped by models in that unit have devastating wounds ability.
Okay.
And then while this unit's leading a unit and contains an Agatha Dolan model, each time it destroys a unit, you gain 1 miracle dice. When the Agatha Dolan model is destroyed, you gain D3 miracle dice.
What's the strength on the halberds?
On the sacrosancs? Let's see. Hallowed maces, strength 3, hitting on 3, or sorry, 3 attacks, hitting on 3, strength 4, AP 1, 2 damage, lethal hits.
You're going to be hitting me on 4s, winning me on 5s with the entire unit. And you're only going to get a handful in because you can't fight through your battle sisters. They don't count for your engagement range. So, you could ace 1, but then those 2 get to reroll hits and wounds, and I can do a lot of damage back. Because I have to choose my seductive gambit at the time of charging, basically. So at this point,
So they actually wouldn't even be here if you have to choose it at the time of charging.
It's still, so... Yes and no, because it's as soon as I complete a charge, and before I move on, you declare yours, so it's like at the same time, and I'm controlling player, so like I'm going to choose what benefits me as a controlling player. You have like 3 hairs standing out straight from your face, they're killing me. Let me just... excessive. I don't think I'm actually going to do it, though, only because they're hitting on 3s now, they're not hitting on 4s. I think they're 5 attacks each, though. Yeah. You know, I'll do the seductive gambit there.
Okay.
Just because I want to see what that plays out with. So then we've got this charge here. Where's your... I can't see them from here.
They're right underneath in the corner.
They're 9 inches away?
Yep.
Okay, so let's go with the these fiends first.
Okay.
I need to make sure I get more of their bodies in. So I need to show you a 4 to get
Easy.
to you, but the more I get, the more I can wrap. It's a 6.
Not bad.
Okay. Let me wrap around this way. We got 4 wounds here. I'm going to move this up here.
Sure.
So I'm going to take the long road here. Okay. Do you want to heroic? I think technically you are within 6 currently. You are. That is like just inside 6.
I am within 6. What's the toughness on those
5.
fiends? 5.
And then -1 to hits.
-1 to hit. The demonettes would not be -1 to hit.
Nope. But also, if I don't roll a very big charge, then it's going to put you.
I mean, I think don't know if you can roll a charge small enough to where I won't be able to move 6 and get within engagement.
If I roll a 2,
What's going on,
then
Rain of
it's going
Pain?
to force you out. It's going to be to my benefit.
That's true. We're going to go ahead and wait for the Demonettes, because I think chances are you're going to destroy that that immolator anyway. But I'm looking to get some points, and the Demonettes are what, 2 OC?
Yes.
Yeah, so if I want points, I need to take care of those Demonettes.
Bless you.
Thank you. Did you heroic over there in the corner?
Yes.
Are you contemplating heroicing
Yes.
again? Is there like a data sheet?
They have a data sheet ability that allows me to use it even if I've used it elsewhere for 0 CP.
Okay, so yeah, let's look at the Demonettes, because I also have I basically have Tank Shock for other units here.
Sweet.
And I might use it on them to then force the pile outs or whatever, because then I could just ace that whole thing up the front, and that would be good for me, because that would set you in some weird spots. So go ahead. We're going to go ahead and do the Demonettes now. I get a +1 to the charge. And,
Ooh,
9. Cool. So this will be good for this. And the Cavalcade of Blades says ends a charge move any Slaanesh unit. If it is not a monster, it's 1 per model in engagement range. If it's a monster, it's 66 on 4s. Grenades if it's a monster, basically.
Okay.
But otherwise...
But there are no monsters around here.
Well, there are. It's called my crabs.
Oh, your crabs would do... Oh, it's what's doing it is if it's
My
a
crabs.
monster. Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll be able to basically tank shock with
All 10.
the... Wait, all 10 what? You lost me.
Demonettes.
Oh, those are your crabs?
Rob doing a little
They all have
landscape.
crab hands. Have you never seen a Demonette up close?
No.
Literally, you don't have hands.
Wait, so now I'm confused. Cavalcade of Blades.
All the better to eat you with.
I compared it to grenades if it's a monster, because they get 66 on 4s. Otherwise, it's every model that ends in engagement range.
Oh, neat.
All right. So I'm going to spot the 1 CP here.
Okay.
For
I'm going to do the heroic intervention for them. Got it for days. So we will just put them right back here, I think. They're on the point. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got the dice here. So I need to do, I'm looking for 4 4-ups here, basically.
Okay.
Get out of my house. 4 4-ups here for the immolator.
You got it.
He dies on 5, actually. So, does it explode, and then...
It doesn't.
Okay, and then whatever's inside.
Whatever's inside. So, because I can come out without using the Desperate Escape, I have to. So I have to be back here, if I am not mistaken.
Correct. You cannot use Desperate Escape unless you are forced.
Unless I am forced. So, let's get our... Where did they go? 5...
Are you using those as battle scissors?
No, these are Sacrosands. Where did the Battle Sisters go? I didn't accidentally put them on the table, did I? I may have, because I've got a 5 over here, and then a 5. Yep, I accidentally put them on the table. So, shall we say there's nothing in there then, or can I bring those guys or these guys and over? No, not there, because they're already in engagement. I don't know how to handle this one other than they just don't exist in there.
Yeah,
It's a dedicated transport, so they would.
Is it an immolator dedicated to transport?
It is.
So you have to have one.
Yeah.
It has to be that one then. It's the
Okay.
only one that's not interacting.
Then yeah, this will be back there then. That was my mistake. So these ladies will come out somewhere back here, I think.
Let's move the bush.
And then I need to roll 5 to see mortal wounds. Looks like I'm good.
Okay. All right.
Actually, give me 1 second to... Actually, let me see if I can place them a little better. I want to see if maybe I can get out of the range of these fiends. So I think that'll be better for me.
No, the transport didn't blow up. Rain of Pain. But the guys do have to disembark and roll that.
The disembark.
That yeah. Not desperate escape. What's it? Emergency disembarkation.
Yeah. I cannot be within engagement of.
Yeah, so that one's gonna have to bug out because I do have some checks here on the crab.
Okay.
Or the crabs on the side.
Yes.
Keep your girls away from me, crabs. No, it's wholly within 3.
Huh?
Wholly within 3.
Yep, they're all wholly within 3.
Cool. I just can't see past the building, so I just didn't know where you put them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then now this will go away, and that should be outside of 4 of those fiends, so they can't consolidate into them.
Your characters here, do they have fight first?
They do.
Okay. So no matter what, I will be fighting after them. So I'm going to let the Demonettes do their seductive gambit as well.
Okay.
So I'll get the rerolling hits and wounds on them.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's see, was there any other charges that I need to worry about? We made that one, we made this one. Good.
Go for it.
Wouldn't really do me a whole lot here, because I'm going to get... I have ways to pass off the wounds I'm going to take anyway, so that works for me. Yeah, and then that would be a banger of a boxcar charge, so I'm not worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and take it from where we are here.
Okay.
I will have the ability to pass off the wounds for Thieves of Pain, should I wish, which I probably will, which will allow the Demonettes to then turn around and just murder that character unit. Cool.
Was that a fight on death?
No, it's whenever that unit would take, so a non-monster unit is targeted, which he would be targeting my Demonettes. I would then pick a unit within 12 and say, this unit is going to take those wounds instead, or whenever they would lose a wound, and I have 1 wound models, so even if you have 2 damage, it's just going to bleed over 1 mortal wound into the unit that I choose, and then they take a mortal wound, which is nice if you have feel no pain units and stuff like that, which is what we were talking about earlier with the...
The 4-up Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nice. So you're going to be able to transfer all the wounds they would take into the fiends.
If I wanted to, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or within 12 inches, like, there's a couple different ways you can go.
Neat.
Like, for example, I think Shalaxi is barely in. I don't know if I want to hurt her anymore because I already did take death wounds on her. But yeah, I can do it here because I'm already holding that objective. Like, there are different ways.
Cool.
I think the Demon... I just punched that building.
So-
Demon Prince could... Keeper is within 12 as well. She has a Feel No Pain, so I'll probably put her on the Keeper, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But yeah, so...
Interesting. Did not know that that was available to you. Pretty cool little tech.
Put her in the print string.
You didn't mention
Passing
that
off
one.
wounds, but I guess we didn't go into the full details of
Yeah.
the depth of the strat.
You warned me about the shooting one for sure, but this one.
You were very worried about the shooting one,
Yeah.
so, which didn't work anyway. Okay, so fights. So we have you fighting first over there, and you fighting first over here.
No, you fight first over here. Why would I fight first here?
I did my seductive gambit. I gave up fight first to reroll hits and wounds.
Oh, interesting. That's what that
That's
does.
why
Okay,
that's
cool.
based on how many you could get into fight here. So you're not getting your full unit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a
Something.
majority of my attacks back, and I'm looking for dev wounds and stuff like that to farm those back.
Got it. Pretty cool little strat.
So
All
whichever
right.
one you want to go to first, I will then activate the other.
Okay, so
And they have fight first, so you're kind of obligated to fight there first.
yeah. No, we'll go ahead and start there then.
I might have missed it. Sorry. What? Can you quickly explain Seductive Gambit? I know that's your new detachment rule, but
So when I charge, it's not at the end of the charge phase. It's when a unit charges. I choose to give up my fights first. I then can reroll hits and wounds, which is
Nice.
important because I gain access to a lot of dev wound fishing effectively.
So let's go with. I think maybe we use defensive strats for our CP that we have. So we'll just attack into these guys and see how it goes.
that really makes multi-charging deadly.
Yeah. So now for this redirecting damage, when do you decide that?
When it's targeted.
Well, I am targeting them.
Just after an attack or mortal wound is allocated.
Okay. All right, so let's go with Sanctity. These are all 1 wound models?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do with Outcast Weapons first on 2s.
And this is your 2 characters here, the Demogorgon,
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
Yeah.
And
Doug Dimmadome.
Dimmadome. And then this is strength 4, so I would need 4s.
3.
Threes.
Threes.
Those are T3.
Ooh. That's 2 at AP minus 2.
How many attacks are left in this unit?
You've got 4 more coming.
Okay. So I'm going to do this anyway just because I have to, we talked about doing it.
Okay.
So we got 2. Mm-hmm. All right. Let me read the wording here. When selected unit would lose a wound. So I can still take my saves, and if I don't, I don't. Whatever. So 5 living wounds here. Nope. And then both of those will go over to the keeper. She has a 5.
And that's a CP that cost you? Do you have CP?
I did. I just put it over there.
Ah, okay.
And then 5 from the pain on the keeper. She takes both of those.
Oh, nice. All right. And then 4
Tanks.
So now all of these have to go to the keeper? Or do you pick and choose?
Whenever I fail a save, I would lose a wound. That wound goes to the keeper.
Okay.
And you cannot.
So basically, yes.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So 4, and then this is on 2s because anti-chaos. That's going to be 4 at AP minus 2.
Okay. So then 5 ups here initially, and then these are all would kill 1 each. So then the mortal wounds that would go that way. 5s. So the keeper's going to take 3.
3 mortal wounds. All right. Interesting.
So she's down to 13.
Okay.
We got a
Pretty neat.
question from Natalie Hill for Rob. By giving up fights first, aren't you worried about them clearing the unit?
No.
Why not?
I will tell you why. And the answer is very simple. Actually, I need to verify they're not 18, because they might be 18.
That's why I mentioned the multi-charge thing, because... Yeah,
So the big thing here is, specifically, she's talking about the fiends. So if you want to go to the front camera, because the overhead's not going to do me any good here. So for that unit, based on the number of models he can get into combat, with a -1 to hit, and he's going to be wounding on 5s, because he's strength 4 on his halberds. We checked that beforehand, which is where that reasoning came in. Hitting on 4s, wounding on 5s, I might lose 1. Just based on wound allocation, because there are 3 or 4 wounds a pop. Mm-hmm. If I lose 1, that's fine. That's still another 10 attacks that I'm fishing for death wounds on, rerolling hits and wounds. Like, their output will then trade back well into the sacristans. And then we'll just sit there and hang out until they have to fall back. And if you fall back with a desperate escape, I can kill you on the way out with their data sheet. So yeah. So normally, yes, you are at risk of losing multiple models. However, the fiends are very good at tanking stuff on the way in, as long as it's because the -1 to hit and effectively wounding on 5s. So now he could overconvert, but he's not getting a full unit in. He's only getting we talked about maybe 5 models in total, because the battle sisters are blocking a lot of that. So, and he can't fight through the battle sisters.
Also, an extra tech brought up by Cursed Cowboy. You could pair that with the allocating wounds to something with the feel no pain. That way, you can also negate how much you're losing from losing that.
Which is what I happened over here actually with the Demoness, because they did the Curse Gambit. So now I'll be rerolling hits and wounds into the characters, fishing for the dev wounds effectively.
It's gonna be gross.
All right.
And
so what happens next?
Real quick before we move on, we got 5 gifted memberships from B Ravens. What is up? Thank you so much. We are popping off tonight. Thank you so much to the Hobby Goblins. Let's see. We do have a question here, so let's see a roll off.
Oh, it's trivia. B Ravens trivia.
Has chat already answered it?
Oh,
chat needs to answer it first before we
that's
get
right.
involved.
That's right. I'm sorry.
I'm still rolling off for it right now, though.
Okay, well, we'll do that. That was a 2.
Ha.
That's still a 1. That's still failed.
You're right. It was a 2.
Okay, no, you'll get first crack at it whenever we get there.
I will.
All right, so you did a fight first there, and that doesn't include ongoing. So now we're going to ongoing, because I have forfeited my fights first on both my units. Mm-hmm. So your sacristans will fight first, because this is the ongoing step.
Oh, so I still...
Because they step up because of fights first.
Right.
Which is the split. Normally we would go trade.
Right. Yeah. No one's getting fight first. You're just losing it, which now on ongoing.
Entirely putting it off. So I go to ongoing.
Okay. That is a gambit.
Yeah.
Seductive.
Seductive gambit. All right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and go with the sacristans. Let's see what piling in I can do. If I can get a perfect. Thank you. So these 2 are already based. You are not, though. So let's try to move you out of the way a bit. So that way we can start...
You're squishing yourself there.
Start piling in as much as we can.
While you make those pile-in moves, we can go ahead and ask the question, because we do have an answer. We got From B Ravens for the $10 super chat. The Abbess of Adepta Sororitas is a title of one of the High Lords of Terra and is responsible for the military operations of all Adepta Sororitas. The current person to hold this title is who?
Morven Vol.
Morven Vol is correct.
Yeah, it's kind of a gimme.
Yeah. No, that was yeah.
Yeah,
Like I wasn't sure, right? Like I wasn't like, oh, I read this last night, but like.
Gotta give it to
also-
B Ravens. He's toned down the trivia because we don't get it.
He knew I was playing tonight, so he's like, let's give him a little bit of a
It's
you
actually-
know, underhand pitch here.
It is actually important to say it because she is a council person of the High Lords of Terra, and normally the Adepta Sororitas would not have that benefit. Old girly man Robote was like, nah, fam, get on in. So her holding that position is significant, even if it is just one of the worst units in 40k, and we all hate her equally.
Wow. All right, so I have limited attacks here. Question is, do I want to use any stratagems to help me out? I do have a stratagem, which I hope you don't consider this a gotcha, but I do have a stratagem that will let me increase their strength by 1, which essentially translates into +1 to wound. And then I can also give them sustained or lethal hits, which may not be bad, and they have devastating wounds as it is. So I think we do use a stratagem here, and we are going to give them +1 strength.
Okay.
That being said, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sacrosancs that can attack, and then the character.
Yes.
And they have how many wounds each? 2?
Nope, I believe they are
3?
3 or 4. Let me-
Oh, these are different than
They have
the-
4 wounds a pop.
4 wounds a pop. All right, well, let's start with the big hitting weapons. Blade of Vigil. So this is going to be 4 attacks hitting on 2s or 3s, -1 to hit. Hitting on 3s. Nothing else super fancy.
Okay.
Cool. Not bad. And then this is strength 6 now, so 3s. All right, that's going to be 2 at AP2. 2 damage each.
What do we got here? 5 ups, if I remember correctly on these guys. Yep. 5 ups. Nope. 2 damage
2
pop.
damage pop. So that's 1 down.
She pops. She booms.
And then we'll do the scribe. Actually, let's maybe move to the celestial sacrosancs because they, I think, have 2 damage a pop too. So we said 4 are in range, so that's going to be a total of 12 attacks. They're hitting on 4s because of your thing. Ooh, I do have lethals. That's neat. So 4s. Ooh, pretty good roll.
Relevant.
And then, oh, thank you. And that's a lethal. And then these are strength 5, so I need 4s again. Boop, boop. So not too bad. 6 at -1.
Damage.
2 damage each.
5s. No, that will kill the last 2.
Ooh.
So yeah, the plan there was for them to be winning on 5s, and he had 3 4s, which would have been a huge break point.
Yep.
So yeah, that was definitely not in the books for when I planned on that one. But
Yep.
I still stand by. I would have been the play had you stayed wounding on 5s.
Fair.
So we're gonna go over here to the Demonettes now,
Okay.
and go ahead and take this. How many? Well, tell me about the wound profile here, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of fishing for devs here very shortly.
So we have 5 wounds on Stern, 3 wounds on Kegel, and 4 up Invul, 3 toughness.
3 toughness. Okay, it's good to know.
Ooh, and they're lone operatives, so you can't attack them if you're within 12.
Goodness gracious, what am I
outside
supposed to
of
do with this? All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me borrow some dice here. 9, 10. Hitting on 3s.
Oh, it's a lot of dice!
Hitting on 3s, 3 attacks each.
Okay.
Rerolling all. 1, because you're on an objective, and 2, because we did the seductive game. And I have no other strats to support this. So, hitting on 3s, looking for the rerolls here.
Got a few re-rolls, but pretty good. 6s do anything fun?
Not here.
Oh, that was a lot of 6s.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for that again here in a second, because then I can just ace the unit.
Are these
So
death
we're looking,
wounds?
yeah. We're looking for 8 total, because you said 5 and 3. correct? On the wound
Yes,
profile?
5 and 3.
Okay. So we're going to be wounding you on 3s,
Okay.
but we're going to be fishing for 6s just to take you off, so I don't have to worry about your invuln.
Pretty good start. That's 5, 6.
God, my hands
Couldn't
are in the
see
way.
that one.
Big lobster. That was not a 6. All right, so 6 to start.
Okay, just roll that again and get 2 more, which
Yeah.
statistically, he should have this.
Statistically. And yeah, there
Cool.
it is. Cool, so that unit is gone.
Pop.
Okay. Cool, let's get those out of the way and fish these dice back where they belong. Alright, now the question is, do I tag the Battle Sisters? Because I can end back in engagement range.
Yes, you can.
Does it do you anything other than kill a couple of my chicks?
Would that transfer over to still, or is it just the one spur?
Just the ones.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware, it should just be the ones.
It's not like, till the end of the phase.
That would be gross.
That would be.
Let me just verify for you, because I actually don't know the exact wording on it. Leaves a pain. Until the end of the phase.
Yeah, there you go. So more activations into Shalaxi. I'll take that.
Well, that's
Some
a
Battle
keeper.
Sisters doing, or Keeper, yeah. Battle Sisters doing damage to a Keeper. Take that all day, chat.
I think, because that is a character as well.
No, there's no character in there.
That-
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
yep, there is. There is a character in there now.
Yeah, because that was a Battle Sister squad
Yep,
that was back
that
here.
was with the one with the Dialogus, that's right.
I still have the pile-in option here, and you are outside of 4, so I can end an objective with them. But then I'll give you an opportunity for another overwhelming force as needed.
Oh, these ladies killed a unit, so I do get a miracle dice for that. Sweet.
Cool. I'm not super worried about, because they're, what, 2 attacks a pop, maybe? So what's their profile before I make that decision?
Let's see. Those are all the ones with the close combat weapon. The Dialogus might be able to hit you hard. Nope, Dialogus staff,
She's
3
also
hits. Yep. They all have close combat weapons. I put the good weapon over here.
And then strength 3 on the close combat weapon?
Battle Sister Squad. Yes, strength 3, AP 0.
Okay. In an effort to just tag this unit to give you 1 less unit to do an action with, maybe, we'll go ahead and tag you there.
Okay.
Because, sorry.
I mean, I'll take some free attacks. Why not? Even if they may not do too much. Oh no, they'd all go to your Secret Keeper.
Well, they're going to hit here first, and then assuming that it rolls over, yes.
But yeah, yeah. So close combat weapon, 1 attack each, and there's 5 of them. Hitting on 4s or -1 for some reason?
Nope.
Nope, 4s. Ooh.
And then your T3?
T3.
Strength 3.
Strength
So
3.
4s.
Yep, 4s. Ooh, 1 at your armor.
5. Nope. And then 5 up on the Keeper.
Ooh.
Passes.
And then I have the Dialogus, which has 3 attacks on 4s.
Hey Nat, yes, you did get the trivia, and I did set up your
2 more.
your landmine.
Nice.
Cool. All right, so we passed both those saves. So the demon unit is tagged them, which is limited another asset you have. And then...
Oh, can I still consolidate or pile in with them if you
yeah,
don't
you can
mind?
do a couple.
May as well.
Now be careful on where you pile in.
Why?
Because the fiends have not activated yet.
Ah, thank you. They're not.
What
They're
did you just
definitely
get a
not getting
miracle
close.
dice for, John?
Agatha and her squad, whenever they kill a unit, they get a miracle dice.
That's a Battle Sister squad?
That is a Celestian Sacristan squad, led by Agatha and something, or other.
And I think with that far back one, you're gonna end up in, because you have to,
Oh, that one's stuck there. What's that?
you can't end farther away. If you can end in engagement range for consolidates, you must.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, the one that was back here, no behind her, she would have to come this way, which will
She
put
did.
you in.
This one came
What?
here.
This one was here. There was one behind that. That's what before you moved it, I was saying be careful because that one has to come into engagement range of the one that's closest to her.
They're just going to stay still where they're at. Though.
Yeah, that's why I was saying be careful where you're moving, because that will pull you on.
Not
in range
super
of the
important. All right.
Okay. That is it for the charges and all the fights. So I'm going to get 8 points for my primary.
Very nice.
For secondary.
Secondary.
if you want.
Yep.
I've got another primary dropped, and yeah, that's it.
All right. Lengthy demon turn. Let's get to sisters.
It's lengthy because the sister player was in it.
Excuses. All right, drawing a couple secondary here at the start of my turn. Bring it down and establish a locus. So, let's see. Bring it down. You do have a couple monsters over here. That one has 13 wounds remaining.
I need to verify what hers were. She took 3 earlier.
Okay.
So I need to see what her total wounds were. I think she's either 16 or 18.
And they're what? Toughness 9, 10, 11?
T10.
T10? All of them?
18 total. She should be at 15.
Okay, she's at 15. So yeah, killing, bring it down might be tough. Establish locus should be fairly straightforward because, do you have anything back here? No? Yeah, I can
Yeah,
just throw them back there. And
because this is strategic reserve, yeah?
Yep.
And this is turn 2, so you wouldn't be able to come into my deployment zone.
No, this is turn 3 now, isn't it?
This is turn 2.
Oh, is it turn 2?
Bottom of 2.
Wow. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to come down in your deployment anyway, so...
And that was the
Might
only reason
have
that I
to do
tagged
that
that unit
here.
specifically.
in the center.
Well, this is swift action, so you might be able to fall back anyway, right?
Oh, is it fall back or
Fall
just
back
advance?
and eligible to perform an action.
Ah, excellent. So yeah, I can fall back with these guys, put them here, and at least get the small established locus, because I don't see any way that I can get to...
Yeah, there's no way for you to move across the table.
Yeah, not without being able to put sacrosanct just right here. So, we can do establish locus. We can hope for bring it down, I guess. That's going to be tough, I think. Looking at an 8-inch charge going that way. Okay, got nothing over here, so I can create the unit or the objective. Let's go ahead and mark that somewhere.
What else we got going on in chat while John talks to himself for 35 minutes?
Oh, Rob, so petty all the time.
You are so methodical, I have to pick on you somehow.
We just put up, I was a little late with the poll, but I put up the poll to see who's going to win this game from chat. Unfortunately, they got some knowledge.
Well, that's fine. I
On
mean,
early game.
what's it trending right now? What are we looking at?
Demons were trending heavily, but it looks like it's swinging back to more balance. Your demons are up 56%.
Yeah, I don't think it should be skewed much above that. I think just over 50% is a pretty good assumption, you know, on the coin flip, if you will. Depending on how this turn goes, if he does well, it'll be great. If he doesn't, it'll be catastrophic.
Oh, you know what? Before I get to moving, I do need to do a few miracle dice things. I get 1 for the top of the turn. Sweet. I get 1 for you destroying a unit last turn. Sweet. And then I have 2 things on an objective, so on 4-ups. Just get the 1. And that's it for miracle dice.
And you can still only use 1 per phase now, right?
Correct. Right. Yeah, but in
so
my
it's
command
basically
phase,
fate dice.
Pretty much.
They realigned it with fate dice.
And in my command phase, I can choose up to 3 units to make righteous, which I think we will. So we're going to... Righteous. Let's do these sacrosancts, because I think they're close enough to where they might be able to get in and do some stuff. Morven Vol, I don't think we need her to heavy hit quite yet. So we're going to sacrifice this 1, I think, and just make these sacrosancts righteous.
Righteous.
All right.
I'm sorry, it's just compulsions, can't help it.
Can't blame you on that one. So let's see, I've got 1 here, and then another one here.
Do we have any dedicated Sisters players in chat? I know Ryan Payne was in there, but he doesn't count anymore. He's a quitter.
Just as you asked, we had a gray name non-member, but he just hopped in the chat. His name is Back to Square Fun, saying, "Let's go, sisters."
Yeah,
Let's go.
That's what I like to hear.
Also, get out.
That quickly, things change.
What
That gives me some shots up that way. I lost my immolator.
Continue from that message. He said he just got his first combat patrol this year, and Adepta Sororitas was my starter army. So much to learn, but I'm pumped to get started.
That's actually super cool. Now, I will say you picked one of the probably top 3 bookkeeping armies, outside of like Admech and... Who's another really obnoxious one to keep track of with stuff? I guess Drakari.
T-Sons.
Tisa, oh, Cabal Point.
points, all that.
Cabal Points. But yeah, I would say Sisters are definitely top 3, if not top 5, most bookkeeping intensive armies. So definitely get some so those 3D printed dice holders for your Miracle Dice, and then be very liberal with what cards you have on the table. Do not be afraid to have to sort through 12 character data sheets, because you're going to have all 12 of them on the field.
I forgot about Junith for her leadership. Get a CP. I won't get a CP.
And that is a leadership check, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Clarifying, just because I have to know.
So I'm at 2 CP. One of these might end up becoming another CP, though, because bring it down, that's going to be tough.
You've only really got one unit that's going to really like overcommit that.
Fake Keeper, or whatever she is. Yeah, I think that's the only one I can reach to. I don't think I can really even get to Shalaxi at the moment.
Not reliably.
No.
Like, not with enough firepower to kill Shalaxi.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even the firepower that I need for that one's going to be real tough. But I do have some things that I can do to help with that.
What he has? Silence.
I do. Yeah, I got to look a few things up. New detachment.
Bookkeeping.
Want to see what, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to see if we can at least stop what's going on over here. So I think we move up 6, which would put us in range to do some shooting and a few other things. More under there. 6. Let's move these ladies here. Get in my way, rocks. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's all of them. Let's move the Sacrosants that are righteous, so they move 7.
Righteous.
So I think we move some. So 7. The closest I'll be able to get, I'm within 16, maybe 17. So looking at a 9-inch charge. Ugh, and I have no 6s.
I make those.
Yeah, I might too.
Hey, Dan, do you
I
make
just
those?
don't know if it's worth it.
I don't want to talk about
Are you
it.
muted and complain?
I don't
I want
want to
everyone to
talk
hear you
about
complain.
Tune into my games.
So I think maybe we put them in a position to just kind of hold the middle. Throw them into some of these, what, fiends or whatever you want to call them.
They are fiendish.
They are fiendish.
They are fiendish, yes.
Very good, yes. And the Hospitaller.
The old hospital.
Okay,
Here.
they're doing that over there. Let's go ahead and advance with these.
We gotta start getting them somewhere.
Sacrosants, yeah. So they're moving a total of 11. And I think we just get them out here and get ready for a... Shalaxi moves how much?
14.
14. She doesn't have advance in charge?
Nope. But I can move through walls.
You can move through walls. Okay, so you can only get about this far. So you're not charging this guy, and I don't think you're gonna be real hard pressed to charge these ladies. So 11.
I feel like Dan is going to have another obtuse answer that's going to send me on a tirade in the comment section later. But what was your favorite Sobe drink? Like, I talk about this a lot. Sobeys, granted, they were probably more of a West Coast thing overall, very popular on the West Coast, but everyone had them, right?
No, I definitely
And then they
had
just disappeared, gone.
Arizona's took over.
They did not take over. They do not replace Sobe in any fashion.
Where's Sobe? Where's
That doesn't mean Arizona took over.
Where's Arizona? Enough said.
Arizona's west of us, several thousand miles.
The cans. I don't remember. I think it was strawberry kiwi.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Daiquiri.
Was the pink one?
Yeah, there was a pink one and then there was a white one.
Was that the banana one?
I cannot remember the actual flavors.
I only.
It was like a solid. It looked like milk. Like it looked gross, but I remember
you're not
it was
helping
cool.
us. What are we doing?
No, there was Jones soda too that I also had growing up.
Jones soda.
Yeah, it was cool. The label would
that?
have like a. You could submit like photography, and they would always post like just random
Have you seen this child?
photos,
It's like-
just like landscapes or something.
I guess that's cool in like a weird way.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
You could, it'd
I
be
mean,
a
back in the
little-
day, I guess it didn't really matter. We were.
before cell phones, when you'd actually look at the label of the thing you're eating or drinking.
Wait, you read? Where are you from again? Where are you? Miami? Something crazy?
I'm a Miami degenerate for sure.
What else do you have in Deep Strike and Strategic Reserve right now?
305,
Unit of Demonettes.
Demonettes.
the land of Pitbull.
There we go.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay. And they have to come in within 9?
Outside
Pitbull,
Or outside of
reggaeton.
I did funk with the old reggaeton a little bit there for a little bit, and got into a. I was like, Jazzercise is lame, but reggaeton, let me tell you. It's because of, was it Trolls too? Like that one really just set me over because we used to watch that a lot, and yeah, that was something about a hot tub and some reggaeton really set me off. You know what I mean?
These guys back a little bit.
What have we got going on over there? I see big bricks of yellow.
Yeah, we got our very first super chat from Gob Ross.
Gobras!
Gobros.
That is
I know who that
Hosen. He's
Grandpa Hosen.
starting up a new channel for our dedicated hobby stuff. So go check out the Gob Ross YouTube channel. Make sure you hit a sub, like the videos whenever they start popping up. That's where your Hosen's going to be starting to put up that hobby content for us.
And it will be a good
It's going
time.
to be good.
Very good.
I mean, you got to hit the subscribe just for the name Gob Ross. It's
The Gobras, it
so
was. We were worried that it wasn't going to be available because it's like so good, and then it was in fact very much available, which is phenomenal.
All right, I think I'm ready to do some shooting. We're going to try to kill your lady over there, even though probably unlikely. But we're going to hope
With
for the
auto
best.
cannons, it's probably unlikely. But we'll
Yeah. But if not, I've got a few other things set up here to where we're just going to spread our way out into the center. Some Celestial Sacrosanct there to start taking some damage. Yeah, just got to start taking the board here before the demons do. So let's go
we're
ahead
there. We're there. So you're not placing an objective.
yes, I am right over here.
Okay, so you are.
Yep, these ladies are placing this one, which should be
you
12.
didn't say
from
so. I
now.
wanted to make sure it was
Yep, sorry. Right here.
for them.
All right, cool. So let's go to shooting. We're going to try to put everything into your keeper over here. We'll start with the castigator.
Okay. So all you've got is the bolters and the autocannon
Pretty much.
because the hunter killer's gone.
It's gone. I do not get that back.
I wish you
So,
the worst.
On threes, any -1s that I need to know about? On threes.
What guns are this? Is this shooting?
This is the castigator's autocannon.
Okay.
And strength 9, so I should need 5s. Twin linked.
Yep.
Nothing.
Let me tell you, that dream's big dead.
It is very big dead. And then we have heavy bolter. Oh, actually, these I forgot. He has 3 of these, which I think I did not do last time. I think I only did
You only
the
shot
one.
with him once.
Yep.
It didn't matter.
Yep. On 3s, 6s would be nice, but didn't get any. And then 5s, so on 6s probably, right? 1 at AP -1.
All right, it's 4 up. Got it.
Got it. All right, that's
Got
it
him.
for his shooting. I do believe you still get Shooting phase.
Tell me I take a battle shock, please.
Improve the armor penetration.
Oh, good.
Cool. I mean,
Sorry,
-1 armor penetration. I mean, that could matter. You never know. What's that?
What's the profile names of the guns you just shot on the Castigator?
Castigator autocannon and the heavy bolter.
So sorry to do this to you. You shot a Castigator, right?
Yes.
Boom.
Did Rob not shoot his Castigator before mine?
You shot a bolt weapon, right?
Yes.
Boom.
Wow.
Hey, you laughed, right?
Yep, that checks out. Yeah, those have got to be the most biased landmines I think I have ever seen. But you know what? I still love you, chat.
I love you more because it's just feeding into all of the angst that I know is building up inside of his armpits right now.
All right, let's go to. May as well shoot Morven Vol into these fiends. I'm not confident that that they'll die otherwise.
What's our base leadership?
On Morven Vol?
Yep.
6 probably, maybe 7.
It's just important.
It's got to be 6 at the moment.
Most epic heroes are 6, unless it's like.
Yeah, she's like their leader. I know
6.
Gilliman
Yep.
and like chaplains have 5. That's it.
So you've got some shenanigans there. You're gonna charge the sacrosanct there. I can make you a -1. She's the only one that can't shoot though.
Oh yeah, that Gob Ross super chat. The landmine was the next person to trigger a landmine. Boom!
Wow.
Get busted.
Wow, chat.
They are piling on all the Tau hate into this episode.
I see this. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's all right.
Channeling like
I'm feeling the love.
like a spirit bomb.
So we just move something over there? Or?
Yeah, no, I didn't realize that I didn't have a line of sight across this like I thought I did, so they had the movement to just put one more there. So I've got one more that can shoot. This one will be off.
Okay, so what do we have in
2
the shoot?
suits and Morgan shooting at the fiends over here.
Okay. I'm not worried about a heroic here because even if you do whiff against them, your sacrosancts are going to be, you're either jumping both or you're jumping one and then the other one's just going to get you next turn. So I'm not super worried about that.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend the 1 CP here for the make you potentially not shoot. So at a -1, battle shock test if you would please.
-1, so I need a 7 here.
And you are at a -2 because you are in no man's land. And I have the Shadows of Chaos here. So you're on an 8.
Because you control 1,
1, 2, 3.
3. Okay, so I'm on an 8. So let's see an 8. That's a 9.
You are still a -1.
Still at -1 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Still got
That
rerolls
roll's
to
gonna
hit.
matter sometime.
It's going to matter eventually. I'm certain. So let's do grenade launchers. Reroll the hit because I need 4s here because of the -1. Strength 9. I would imagine 3s.
Yes.
Reroll. 6s don't do anything fun, but that's going to be 2 at -2.
Damage?
D3.
So 2, 5 ups on the fiends. Neither?
First D3 for 1, for 3. 4 total.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and.
They have 4 total wounds?
Yes.
Sweet. Got 1. And then we'll do the multi-meltas. I don't... Are you within 9? You might be with 1. Yep, with 1 you are, so we'll do the 1 multi-melta first, within 9.
The one multi what?
Multi-melta. 2 hits.
With a -1?
Oh, they need 3s, you're right. So 1 hit, and then strength
1
9, 1 wound at AP bunch.
Goes through.
D6 plus
1 dice.
2. Okay, and then the 2 that aren't in range, both hit, both wound, 2 more at AP -4.
None. Not making any of these saves.
D6s. 12. Big 12.
All right, so that's all 3 fiends.
That's excessive. All right.
That is literally the name of the game.
Yep. That is their shooting. I think we'll save the charge over here. So we have a Battle Sister squad over here. She still has 15 wounds. There's no chance that they're going to be able to take them out.
No, not at all.
So I think maybe we take the shooting over to the Demonettes.
Okay. They will have -1
-1?
because of the Demon Prince aura.
All right. So, Battle Sisters, full squad. So a Condemner bolt gun and 7 more bolt guns, a multi gun, and a multi-melt. Oh, they do have meltas and multi-meltas, so maybe we do risk it into, yeah, you know what? We're going into her. Going into her. Actually, all the small damage weapons will go this way. The big damage weapons will go into her. That's what we're going to do. Do we want to use a grenade here? Really, really go for it?
You ended within inside 8?
I believe I do, yes, from what I had measured. Yes, just within 8. Yeah, let's do a grenade. Why not? So,
Did you say grenade?
I did. I would expect that at this point. So on 4-ups, just the 1 mortal wound.
Into
This is a
keeper?
Keeper, yeah.
5 up? Nope.
At least you take it. All right, and then let's do the big guns into her. So this is going to be a Melta and a multi-Melta.
I'm just bringing her wound dice over this way since we're going to have some dice rolling.
We'll see about that.
Hey, John.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Oh, did you see that trauma? Oh,
Cruel. Oh God, what?
that was a drive-by flashback. Let me tell you.
All right, so these are on 4s. So Melta's on 3. That's neat.
Well, -1 because
Oh, Shalaxi or Keeper is also -1.
because of the Demon Prince aura.
Ah, got it. Still got that on a 6 though.
Yep, it was just for
Strength
everything else you got.
9. Don't get that on a 4.
needed 5s.
Melta.
Neither.
And then we'll do all the small guns, which is the Condemner bolt gun. This is anti-psyker. Are any of them psychers?
She is.
The big one? Yeah, we'll put that into her too then. So on a 3.
4.
4. Doesn't hit. And then, ooh, it's rapid fire though. That one hits. And then anti-psyker 2 up. That's a 1 devastating wound.
Takes 1.
Sweet. And then now we've got 7 bolt guns for 14 shots.
414.
14.
414.
And these are all into the little demonettes on 4s, or 5s rather, right? Bolt guns. Oh, they're on 4s. They're on 4s. So they're 3-ups. 3s to hit, I mean.
Okay.
And strength 4s, so 4s I would imagine.
3s.
3s, sweet. That's 4 at your armor.
5s. 2 die.
Sweet. I'll take that. Not a whole lot of great shooting from those sisters, but you know what? What can you do?
Shoot better. That's what you can do.
Yeah, that is true. I
mean,
think
you
that's
did overkill some fiends pretty hard. So.
I did. I definitely did. And you know what? Keeper's Secrets over there was a hope and a prayer anyway. So now I think we'll just go into charges. So we'll charge the Sacrescents. I saw it.
That was a kickflip.
I saw it, yeah.
My man wanted it.
That's an 8. I don't know if they get +1 on their charge move too, with their detachment being that they're righteous, but 8 should be plenty for what I need.
Tell me what you need.
Just got-
Did you just charge Demoness?
I did. Does that do something? Have I activated your trap card?
No. But if I did, I would.
Why do you sound like a cheesy Bond villain right now? You know I'm the villain, right?
You are a villain. Some would say the villain. Are you the villain?
I am as much the villain as you are the favorite.
You're damn right. Damn right.
Got him. All right, cool. I think that's going to be my only charge. No reason to try to get Morven Vol out there and getting wrecked. Hospitaller needs to go with him. So she will. Which way? She'll go around this way. Why not?
John, you have 1 CP?
I have 1 CP right now, yes.
That's
All
how
right.
many I have. 0.
And I think that's going to do it for my only charge, because they're doing the action. They're doing the action here. Bring it down is a go bye-bye.
I'll go bye-bye.
Let's go ahead and just get into these Celestial. Any defensive stratagems that I need to know about here?
Not for the 0 CP I have.
No
Oh,
defensive
perfect.
strats, but we do have a super chat from B Ravens, $5. Hey Rob, can you pass this floor dice to John, please? Thanks.
Oh, thanks, man.
Got him. Ravens gets it. That's my boy.
All right, so we've got a bunch of hollowed maces coming in here. This is going to be 30 of them. So let's do 2 things of 15 attacks. They are righteous, so they get +1 to hit, so they're hitting on 2s. Which is good.
You missed.
I missed 1, I did. Lethal hits.
Sure.
And then
threes.
we've got hitting on, this is strength 4, so 3s.
Oh, that's one back.
Yep. Okay, so
So the one
far 7.
Okay.
And then I'll do the other 15 here. 1 lethal, a couple of misses.
These are...
And then 3s. 5, 8, total of 15 at -1.
Alright. AP doesn't matter. Let's go! 5s. Oh, that's actually really good. It's actually extraordinarily good.
Ooh, very nice.
So we lose 7.
Nice.
That was a surprising amount of 5s there. So we're good with that. So we're down to 3.
Okay.
We'll go. But we will go ahead and pull backwards a little bit here.
And then I've just got the Hospitaller next. 3
These are-
attacks on 3s. 2 of those will miss. And then on a 3, so a 4. 1 at your armor.
1 at my armor. So instead, we'll take a demon save. Ew, 1 more dice. It's down to 2.
Sweet.
But you know what? That's okay.
But they lived.
They lived.
And I will go ahead and do some...
So there's no saving that objective now. However, if I pass with Battle Shock,
Alright.
depending on how many I get back, that could be a huge swing because you just don't have enough OC there with the Sacrosancts to stop 10 OC.
10 OC from what?
If I get back 3 from my Battle Shock.
Keep in mind the Sacrosancts are all OC2 right now.
Oh, is it that detachment rule?
That's the detachment rule. When they're righteous, they get an additional OC and an additional +1 to
Okay, yeah,
leadership
no, I didn't know that.
tests.
But
Yep.
cool, so I'm not worried about that one necessarily.
That's nice.
It's not bad at all.
It does make them a lot better than they were.
Yep.
All right, so that's the only charge you made, right? Cool, so we'll go ahead and do their attacks real quick.
I believe so, yes. Your turn.
All right, so hit these 2, 6 attacks here, hitting on 3s, re-rolling, because we're on an objective, thank goodness. Or we're attacking something. on an objective.
-1 to wound, because they're Sacrosancts.
Because they're Sacrosancts with a character?
No, just Sacrosancts.
So back on force. 6s are devs, nothing. 3 1s though. Okay. That's it, right?
I believe that's it. Yeah, those were all my charges and attacks. So yeah, definitely not charging over there. Doesn't seem incredibly worth it. So yeah, on you, sir.
So you pitch, bring it down.
Pitch, bring it down. So I'll get a CP there. So I'll go up to 2 and then 3 on Rob's turn. And then establish locus, we'll get 2 points for it.
Okay. And then I will put...
How many primary did you get this turn?
I got
5.
10.
Where was your 10? You
Oh no, this one
that wasn't there.
created.
You only
so
had that one.
5. Yep, I would have gotten 5.
Yeah, we were both on
5. Yep.
Okay. Oop. So for me, because he OCs me in the middle, even if I come back with the full 3, I'm going to get 10 in my primary.
All right, going into turn
those 2.
3. Holler.
So I got 1 OP, and let's go extend battle lines. So I can just attack that and we're in.
Yep.
And then overwhelming force.
Ooh.
Good news is you are there. I might even put some demonets back here, to be honest with you. We'll see. We'll see how that one slides up.
Extend is another reason to hold your back objective.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I left
all
the unit back here
secondaries, yeah.
specifically for that, right? And it was also to stance one way or the other, and I can also deep strike demonettes in. Or put Shalaxi there and just have her shoot, you know? She's going to be a goaltender right now, trying to figure out where I want that line to be. So I'm going to do my Battle Shock on the demonettes here.
Okay.
I do control only 2, so I'm not going to get the extra leadership, but leadership on a 6.
No.
They do not pass. They don't take any mortal wounds, but they are big chillin'.
Who's that failed? The Demonettes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the only one that needs a battle shock.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to turn it over to my movement phase, and then you can go over your turn 3 sponsor.
Sounds good. Turn 3 sponsor. Oh, you already hit it. Now I can't see it. But you know what? I already know who our turn 3 sponsor is. Rob, get in front of that camera real quick. It's the Gob Squad.
Hey!
Everything you see here is made possible by you guys. We absolutely love you and all the support you give us all the time. It absolutely humbles us, and really it's just crazy to think about that this little journey we've been on for an entire year and all of you guys that have been joining us for it the entire way. No, it's been absolutely a blast, and mostly thanks to you guys, so thank you.
Absolutely. Speaking of the members are right now chatting about the possibility of having a members-only drinking stream game.
I am there.
I have called dibs on one of those
I
positions.
put up a poll, and the yes is winning with 91%.
Of course it is, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm totally there. I'll let me go ahead and let the members know I am a cheap date. So if you're looking to
You
see
can
me
produce.
drunk,
Yeah, I've been. We've been talking about it for a while in the background, and it's new year, new us. We got hot girl things to do, so expect it to happen at some point in the near future.
for sure.
And a quick note from Jeremy Stan, Sobe gave its life for Four Loko.
Jeremy,
That is
much
a very
love,
Jeremy
my guy.
thing to say, and honestly, I can't be as mad as I should be. Okay, so let's start seeing how we want to slice this pie. So assassinate's out of the way.
Slice pie.
I almost said big game hunter. That is a blast from the past.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Been playing StarCraft recently?
No, that was some 8th edition trauma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked about 8th edition recently because on the
Wasn't
Demons
around for 8th edition.
Facebook page, someone posted a list that was from like 8th edition.
Yeah.
It had Morty, Demonettes, like 2 keepers or something like that. It was just like a very far-fetched old school 8th edition list, soup list, and everyone on the page was just like. And it was just like just one GT in Brisbane and whatever. It was like this thing. I was like, how long did it take for this post to get approved?
Right.
8 years? Like, where did you come from? Who sent you?
Oh, well.
Is this 2018 again? Stop.
What year is it? That was the first thing I said this morning when I woke up.
That's
Let's go over to Edie, and I'm like, what year is it?
Do you have any if I fall back shenanigans?
I will mock you if you fall back like a coward.
Okay. Well, I get to fall back and charge, so it's really not that bad.
Still
so
a
those
coward.
units are going to jump out. Okay. And I think that's going to kill 1 on a 2 because I am battle shock.
Oh, yeah, you did your...
Or is it only on 1s?
No, it's on twos and 1s, I believe, for
For
desperate
the-
escapes.
Yeah.
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 Double check for me, chat, but I believe it's 2s and 1s, you lose a model.
All right. So I did only lose 1.
Desperate Escape?
Desperate escape, yeah.
Just fall back if you're battle shocked, which is, I believe, a desperate escape, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the terminology. I did just get out of the way, though, which is kind of the more important slice there. And then I can just jump back
Yes,
in.
1 and 2.
Okay, cool. And then, how do we want to pressure this side?
Under pressure.
Who put my thing over there where I was? Ha! That person is a rude.
How dare they? Let's take this one while I have a chance.
Yeah, trash. All right,
Ooh, this one has a button.
Who do I want? Honestly, this castigator doesn't bother me that much. The autocannon's not very good into a lot of things on the table.
I think it got its moment of glory when it killed that demon prince, and that's what we're gonna have.
Yeah, with Hunter Killer Missile. Not,
Not even with the
technically, it
Bannikin.
was with the heavy ball too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's literally not for whatever else it was to be used with. So
We got a super chat from Robert Mills, who's been going absolutely berserk about these landmines, especially. He's got anti-sisters keyword on all his landmine
anti
data
Storm.
sheets.
Oh dear.
That is
This one's
phenomenal.
bypassing landmine stuff and going straight to a mortal landmine wound to join here.
Yeah, straight from.
You know.
We went from landmine to hate crime.
Yeah, it's getting nasty. And you know, I do want to remind chat, while I do appreciate these landmines that are incredibly biased, you are still welcome to just give dice to people. You don't have to make the landmine. It almost kind of feels like a, you know,
It's more fun.
same results with extra steps. But no, you're right. It is way more fun.
He even said go demons, but I have a feeling he has more sister hate than demon love.
Than demon love, yeah. He would just be cheering for
You only need
whoever
a
was
little
on the
bit of
other
demon
side
love for the
sisters.
demon love to take you. So, so while we're being real honest with each other.
Speaking of demon love, any seductive gambits you're planning?
Oh, several. Several.
But in the game.
Oh, several.
Rob lives his life one seductive gambit at a time.
It's the whole, you thought you had me, you never had me. Tuna, no quest.
car.
So we're down to...
Gentlemen, I am in desperate need of water. Anybody need anything?
No, I should be good. I have a drink over there. Appreciate
What about
you.
chat? Chat, you need anything?
I'll take a water if you don't mind.
Need you to
Thank you.
buckle up, Buttercup. Yes, we're gonna come in on some of this stuff. It's gonna be kind of clunky, but we're gonna do it. All of his scoring opportunities for killing monsters and characters are out now because he threw away. I almost said Big Game Hunter again. Bring it down and assassinate.
All right. Hobe go brobe, what are you doing?
Appreciate it.
Being seductive.
Hobe go brobe, yep. Since you were the one that pointed out that I'm saying gobos wrong,
You are.
I decided that it was only
There's
appropriate.
a law of phonetics in the Queen's English, and you are neither correct in either language.
I speak 3 languages and none of them right. I will have you know.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know.
Mm-hmm.
So, knowing this...
You asked chat what they want, and they actually got serious and started asking for things.
All right, what we got? What's chat's favorites?
Nurgle Matt said water, please. We got Patrick Persiani said, I need some models.
Well, we have water and some models
Show up
here,
to
so
some
come on
Goblin
down.
RTTs and we got you.
B Raven's asking for red M&Ms only.
Only? What is he? That was it like Rolling Stones or something that would always ask like for M&Ms, but like no
only have red
blues in it
W.
or
I know what
something.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, just to make sure that like venues and stuff were like paying attention to their contract. They have like some crazy clause in there like that.
Excuse me.
Who?
Sorry, I only have red W's, no M's. Then Robert Mills asking for 2 fingers of 25-year-old single malt scotch.
I was worried where that was going.
That took a long way for me to feel comfortable.
Yep.
You need to read a little bit faster, buddy.
And then Scotch itself replied, what do you want? Literally, someone named Scotch.
Watch out, Scotch. Apparently 2 fingers coming your way.
Oh my Atlanta. This is a Slaanesh game, baby.
It is Slaanesh. Seductive Gambit has been
crazy,
played.
make it 3. That'll work.
Take all 5. Just take a 5er. You know what I mean?
Oh, Rob, not all of us can take
Take it
5
to the
like you.
handle.
They call that on the rocks?
It's about to be. You're going to need to sit on some rocks, you know what I mean? Overwhelming force, we've got all sorts of murder to commit here.
Murder.
Murder. I brought you some myrrh. Murder. All right, enough Jesus jokes. So, we brought in the Demonettes here so they can jump out next turn once I no longer need to hold my home objective again to offset another wave.
Okay.
We've got a slew of shooting and charging to do. So, my goal here is to leave you with a crippled Sacrosanct unit here, nothing in the middle, and then Vol is basically going to pick up the slack, and then also charging over there and take that in case you pull extend battle lines or something like that.
Okay.
And then just leave you with enough assets that are just dangerous enough for me to stress, but not enough to score you the points that you need, based on what the secondaries you have left.
Got it.
From what I can remember, which is not very much, because I've blinked since then. All right, let's get into the hosting phase.
Before you do,
buddy.
rapid ingress.
Oh yeah, do that.
Because I do still have this unit of Celestial Sacrosancts. And we're at the top of round 3 right now, right?
Yes.
So I'll just go ahead and use the Canoness free CP here for the rapid ingress. And I think we go here, so that way we can possibly do a play into your objectives next turn.
Sure. Yeah, my goal is to have your objectives and all the same, so it's pretty balanced trade.
Yep. Yep. Let me make sure this is quote unquote legal.
Should be doth quoted as legal.
Might just
You
need
might have to thin it out.
Thin it out a bit, yeah.
Stagger instead of layer.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, James CSM?
James!
Hey, it's the guy that doesn't play games with me no more. Hello, James. Hello, Bobby.
He likes to win and bully.
Oh, he still beats me plenty.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that doesn't matter who he's playing, he will do that.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm going to play this fun game because I'm not going to play for another 2 months. And he was like, bet, here's all these possessed advancing out of a land raider. You're dead. I was like, oh, no.
I think I've only beaten him once, and it was when he brought a super memey list of
Put it down.
I'm putting it down.
Faster?
2 defilers
No, that I can't.
when they were bad.
Oh, bad, yeah.
So that's my one win against CSM James, and it's a giant asterisk there. That's
CSM Jammers.
That's like
CSM Jaime.
double gargantuan squiggle.
I'm going to overwhelm my force. Okay, so...
All right, so you
Are
rapid
you building an
ingress, you done
objective
too?
anywhere? No, I used the Canoness free CP, or Captain CP, whatever you want to
Sweet.
call it.
No.
So still at 3.
No, the goal here is to basically jump this way and start threatening your objectives, then your primary will be below in this coming one, and then I'll fight my way back.
Gotcha.
And then, again, the whole point here is to threaten your primary on your turn, not save mine on my turn.
Got it.
So, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. What defensive stress do you have?
For shooting,
For shooting, yes.
I don't think I have a whole lot against shooting, because I have -1 to hit, but I believe that's only melee. Let me double check.
Welcome to the Gob Squad, KR Quintero. What's going on?
Yeah, -1 to hit in fight phase only, and then
Really appreciate you joining the membership.
I can get a 5-up mortal wounds in any phase.
Okay,
5-up feel no pain for mortal wounds.
cool. So we're going to go with Shalaxi.
Okay.
Shalaxi's going to go ahead and start into the Sacrosanct squad here, just because that's
Alright.
the one that she can see the easiest and be within range for her lash as well.
Okay.
So we'll start here. This will be hitting on 2s, winning on 2s, because strength 6.
Winning on 3s.
'Cause -1.
Because -1 to wound. Yep.
So 2s, and then 3s. So you got 4, -1, 2 damage.
4 at -1.
And
So
I
that-
see you clear.
do you see all of them?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like a couple of those over here look like they might have cover. No? Or you disagree?
From what? What shooting?
Based on where the corner is right here underneath her base,
Yeah.
I can see those guys.
Okay. So no cover. So let's do, and you said it was 4
Yes.
at -1.
1, 2
So are they 2-ups or 3-ups? They are 3. So 4-ups. Sweet. Cool.
And now her Pavane is D6 shots.
Okay.
That's a D3. Hold on.
Was this a line of sighting question right here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks about right.
So 1 hit, and then no sustain, and then it is 1 wound because it would have been winning you on 2s.
Okay.
-2 D3 damage.
-2 D3 damage. Got it.
4 pinball.
Yep.
Okay. And then pass the hazardous. All right. And now we will go to the other keeper.
Okay.
Where's she at?
Hosen said KR is a stellar dude. Do any of you know him?
KR Quintero? Not personally, but he's definitely been on the channel several
Oh,
times.
cool.
All right. So let's go to keeper here. Hitting on 2s, winning you on 3s because of your -1.
Okay.
But devastating. And then on 3s. All right, so you got 3 sets of devastating, and then 3 minus 2. And the keeper is right next to the snow cover.
3 at -2, 4 ups.
So 4 die total.
4 die. Hold up, I have 5 up or 5 up. Feel no pain because of the Hospitaller.
Okay, 4 wounds total.
Per?
Oh, just 1 each.
Oh, 1 each. Okay.
They're 1 damage each. Sorry.
So 5 ups.
So 2 die.
2 die.
Cool. Cool. She passes her hazardous. All right, and then Demon Prince will go ahead and shoot the same unit. 1 miss. No wounds.
No wounds.
Heavy bolter fails yet again. Okay. Let's get into the charge phase.
Okay.
So, got a couple charges. How do we want to play this? I'm going to make room for a bunch of stuff to come in here. All right. So first things first. We'll go ahead and do the Demonettes.
Okay.
To both, just because that little U shape is where we're going to fit a majority of our bodies.
Sounds good.
So a +1 on the charge.
You make it.
Oh, yes.
Big boy.
11.
So I think we have 2 different units right here, right? Like this?
2 units of mine? Yes.
Yes.
There's a Battle Sister squad with a Dialogus, and then a Celestial Sacristan squad with a Hospitaller.
Demonettes charging in. I don't think you're going to be giving up those that fight first this time, though, huh?
Not, no.
That one could be a bit more devastating than you might like.
Okay.
Some fireworks going on outside.
Yeah, right.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so then we will go to the Keeper here. Keeper's just going to charge the Sacristan too.
Okay. I just realized there's a Sacristan that didn't come out with the rest of them, so she's going to come here.
Okay. 5. We're just going to... Right up.
Do you know what Infernal and Trapturus is?
Infernal and Rapturous, yes.
Yeah.
That's the unit we were talking about earlier with the 4-up Film Pain against mortals and psychic attacks. And I stand upon... so yeah, we can
We just had one of the members hop in and ask us about what your thoughts on it are. So
Let me finish the charge phase and I will
Yeah,
go into it
of course.
in depth. So a
Do
4
your
for the
thing.
Demon Prince to get within an inch of that one.
Okay.
See?
Nice.
7, the blessed number. This one's a metal base, so we're going to be a little bit more gentle with how we slice that pie. Okay. And then, what else we got here? Here.
Okay.
Into the Sacristan unit.
Croissant unit. 6. Looks like that makes it.
Here. Here. And then 6 does not give me base space that way. So 6 does give me... I'm going to go 5 inches and take my 1 inch pivot here.
Okay.
So it is within 4 inches of that Sponson. Cool. And then Demonettes over yonder into the Battle Sisters.
Okie dokie.
+1 for
Nice.
a 10. For a 10.
I'm like that Squidward meme when he watches SpongeBob and Patrick running around outside. Every time I see people making their charges, it's like
Staring out the window like,
these guys are having so much fun making their charges.
I hate them for it. All right, so let me... Oh, and then this lone chick, yeah.
coming in hot.
Yeah, so just 4 inch charge.
Okay. You made it.
So that was an 8. So we're just going to basically put her here.
Okay.
Okay. I think that'll about do it. That'll about it.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Okay, so, and I'll let her have her seductive gambit.
Oh!
Yeah, no, the plan here is to hit hard, and the demonettes are going to be reeling hits anyway, and I've got some bonuses from the keeper being next to him anyway. The big units that I want to convert on here are that sacrosanct unit and this sacrosanct unit. Once I cripple them, that unit should be dead just based on the weight that I have involved.
Yeah.
And then this unit should be crippled just based on the number of attacks I have. Not dead, just crippled.
Okay. I like it.
Unless you just whiff 30.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Okay, so you do have a fight. Interrupts.
I do.
However, there's almost, because you're -1 to hit over here from the keeper anyway. So I'm actually genuinely not concerned about this at all. Between the keeper and the demon prince should be able to handle this fairly easily.
Okay.
And your attacks are going to be split all over the place anyway based on where I pinned you. So we're going to go ahead and start here.
Okay.
Now let me verify there's no other fight phase shenanigans. She does have the +1 to hit aura, which is pretty nice.
Ooh.
Which is not what I'm doing here. I only have 1 CP, so I cannot do the 2 CP strat. It's pretty bad. Legion of Excess, shooting phase, Cavalcade of Blades, we didn't want to do that, and then Phantasmal Longing, which is
Should have had Epidemius.
I can't because it's no Nurgle units to give me CP. So you smell bad. Yep, so we'll start there.
Starting here?
Yes.
What are they hitting on?
3s.
Is it worth giving them -1 to hit, or is it worth giving them -1 to hit? Because these two are hitting on 2s, I would imagine. Yeah, so it's not going to be super effective for them. So you know what? We're going to spend 1 CP and do a -1 to hit over here.
Cool.
So we're down to 2.
Okay. All right, so we got hitting on 4s, wounding you on what would be your T3. Yeah.
Are they T3 or are they T4?
We've been playing like they're T3, so.
Sisters are
Yep.
T3.
They're all T3? Okay. I don't know, Sacrosants are a little tougher, I guess. No. They're not.
All right, so 4s and 4s basically.
Human.
Okay. And then Devlins.
Okay.
You blocked 2 of my attacks. You fool.
Valley.
Got him. Okay. Sweet. So 1 is dead, and you got 4 invulns, 2 damage a pop.
4 invulns, 2 damage a
And then
pop.
1 2 damage death wound.
Okay. Made all the invulns.
Cool. And then
2 damage.
Yep. So just aces 1.
Bloop.
Okay. Are you interrupting with the other squad?
I am. Spend 2 CP, and I'll interrupt with the other squad going into the demonettes. This one, just move over here to make space for this guy. There might be one that can't. Well, you know what? I guess one will just go into Keeper of Secrets. You can go that way. You can go that way.
Sorry, Jeremy, the window's closed. The request window is closed. You cannot get a Sobi.
All right, so it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sacrosants going into the demonettes, 1 sacrosant going into Keeper of Secrets, and then the Hospitaller into the demonettes as well.
I'm going to send a 1 CP for Thieves of Pain.
Okay.
For the demonettes to pass their wounds over to Shalaxi.
Ah, very nice.
The layers.
The layers. So this was 7 times 3. We need 21 attacks. 15. Borrow a few years here if you don't mind. 20.
And -1 to hit because of the keeper.
-1 to hit. Okay. They are getting +1 to hit, so they're still hitting on 3s. Yep.
Sorry, it's -1 to hit against her specifically, so you can put a couple of those back in.
Oh, shit. I have no idea how many of those were ones. But there was.
You just keep like 3 or 4.
I'm just going to re-roll them. How about that?
That's fine.
And then whatever is there is there. So the ones definitely miss. The twos will hit.
Too easy.
Sweet. And then
On 3s.
on 3s. Not too bad. 4,
just gonna
8.
take these.
Sure.
Okay. And this is onto the demons.
Okay.
So these guys only have 1 wound to pass over, so it'll be basically 1 mortal wound at a time over.
Okay.
But on 5s for the initial save.
There's a few in there. We got one.
Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can take those. And then the 5-up Feeling the Pains on Shalaxi.
Okay.
Okay. So 3, 6, 7.
Shalaxi taking 7. Not too bad.
Yeah, she's my mobile tanking platform, so she's
Not bad.
doing all
The one that's going into Shalaxi, this is
on a -1, and this
on
is
a
into the
-1.
keeper.
Okay, so that's going to be 1 hit, 1 lethal. And strength is probably not enough for a 4, so just the 1 lethal at -1.
4.
2 damage.
And 5s.
1 damage.
I gotta give her some dice too now. Alright. So
And
she's down to
then-
17. I'm gonna put her wound dice here because I'm not gonna chase that around the table.
Okay, and then the Hospitaller, Surgeon's Tools on 3s, or sorry, 4s. None of those. And that's it. On you.
Okay. Cool. So let's go to the Demon Prince real quick because he's
What's
gonna be
Shalaxi down to?
10.
10? Okay.
Got a lot of love for that play there.
Yeah, that's a nice ability. And especially since it brings it down to 1 mortal wound too, so it
On
really
one,
cuts.
on one
The-
moon
The
model, yeah.
reason that it's
That's so
it's
true.
strong on Demonettes is because the wording is every time it would lose a wound, and it only has 1 wound. It's not for every damage it takes. Like it's very specific on the wording because you've seen it in other places where you can absorb damage, but it's just every time it would lose a wound, the target unit takes a mortal wound. So like
So wouldn't it still lose 2 wounds even if it
I only have 1 wound to lose because it's wound capital W, like wound characteristic. That's why it's bad on these guys because they can just straight up take 3,
Yeah.
and then that's 3 mortal wounds that goes on whatever other unit. That's when it gets bad.
Okay. Interesting. Neat little ability there.
All right, so we got 14 attacks here out of the Demon Prince
Okay.
for the sweep profile. It's going to be winning you on 3s because -1.
-1 to win. Yep.
So hitting on 2s, and this will just be 2s, 3s, and then 3 upstairs.
Okay.
2s. Attack.
There was another one.
there.
Yep.
There she is. And then 3s because you're -1. All right, 4, 8, 10 armor saves.
Armor saves. 3s. Take 3 of them. And what's the damage on these?
1 each.
1 each. 5 up. Feel no pains. I'll take 1.
There you go, another 1 down.
Nope. That's
John's rolling persists.
He's not there for killing stuff. It's him moving up and bringing his big auras into play too, and having just another clapback monster because he can kill vehicles and characters very well. Him bouncing off the chaff like this is not uncommon. That's not his role. Cool. So now we'll go into the keeper.
Okay.
She got what? 6 and 4. Remember 10 attacks if I remember correctly. All right. Sorry. Yep. So 6 and 4. All right. So we're going ahead and start with the AP is not going to matter here because I'm going to put you on your invuln regardless. All right.
Probably. Is it -1? They have 3 ups.
It's minus a lot more than 1.
Okay, so the 4 ups.
All right. So the sword here. So hitting on 2s.
Ah.
1 in 6 chance. And then on 3s because you're -1 to wound. So you
Ooh, that mattered.
2 at your invuln.
Ooh, damage.
3 damage a pop.
3 damage a pop. As well. Oh, I should have considered using a fate dice here. Oh well. 1 will be dead. And another 1 will be dead.
Okay. And then the extra attacks here. These. And then also on 3s, but 6s are devs. So 2 more invulns, 3 damage a pop.
2 more invols, 3 damage a pop.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and spend the fate dice on one of those, and then a 4-up. I'm good.
And
Just
then
renaming it Fate Dice now, huh?
Oh, sorry, miracle dice.
Alright, and we'll go ahead and take push here. Where's she? I can't see. Okay, so we've got this one.
So it looks like you got, what, 3 demonettes?
So
That one can't. Oh, no. It
can-
has
it
to
can-
move closer to
you
this
can end
one.
them both.
Oh, can it? Okay.
Yeah.
So 4
I
demonettes.
don't want to push your models while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So 4 demonettes into the
Sacrosanct.
and then the
1,
remaining
2, 3,
6
4,
into
5, 6. Yep.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3.
5, because this one's its own unit, technically.
Yes.
Yeah. Or, yeah, I guess you
that
could probably do them all at the
That
same
unit
time.
should have 10. You didn't do anything to it.
Seems to
'cause
be
it-
missing one.
it just
2,
came out
3,
from the back
4,
of the hand as
5,
well.
6, 7, 8, 9. No, I agree with you, but it only has 9. Oh no, there's one right here. This is a weird
yeah, yeah,
demonette.
yep, there
So
it
you
is.
have 5 into the Sacrosanct.
Okay, so rebasing my math here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 5 basically.
Okay.
All right, hitting on 2s, re-rolling because we're on an objective,
Sounds good.
and the extra +1 to hit is coming from the keeper.
Okay.
Okay, and then this will be winning you on 4s
Sweet.
because of your -1. But 6s are dev.
Oh. No, it's a lot of 6s.
So 4 so far, and then 2. 2 invols because the extra AP.
Okay. So 2 invols. Both go through, so that's 6.
Yep.
1 damage.
Yes.
5 up. Feel no pains. Not bad. 2 will die.
Okay.
I think we have to take these.
And then the 5 into the Battle Sister Squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, same thing. 2s, rerolling 1s. Yeah. And then this will be on 3s, looking for 6s. All right, so 2 are dead, and you've got 7 minus 3.
7 minus 3.
1 damage.
1 damage each. What's the AP?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Oh, so I would need 6s here. These are all 1 damage. 3 are dead no matter what. I do have the what's her name, which will let me turn one of these into a 3.
You've already used a Fate Dice this phase.
Oh, that's right. It's only 1 per phase now, isn't it? What can I do with the Dialogus then, if anything?
You can die a Logis.
Yeah, okay. I guess if I can't use another one, then we just roll. So 7, need 6s. That's no 6s, so that squad is dead.
And the character.
Oh, wait, so that was all fails, right?
Yes.
And then...
Another 2 mortal wounds.
So
that's 4 damage on her.
4 damage on the Dialogus. It has 3. Yeah, they're all dead. Let me see if I can extract them here without messing with you too much.
Goomba stomping on my ladies.
A little bit. Oh, that's one of yours. Are they short? Or did they lose a unit? Nah, they probably lost something already. Who knows? Who cares?
Okay. So you get your Sacrosanct over here, and then this one will activate the solo one. Will activate into them and pile in and attack.
Sorry, one more time.
So you get your activation here,
Okay.
and then this one will activate into pile into that unit and attack them.
Oh, sounds good. All right, so activation over here. Let's pile in. Looks like I got
So this unit
plenty
will-
to work with. So they're already touching there and there. So he'll just scoot.
Excuse me.
All right, looks like they can all get in there. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Sacrosancts. So 27 attacks
And -1.
at -1 to hit. So they're going to be hitting on 4s. 15, 20, 27. All right, 27 attacks hitting on 4s, because they are not the ones that I made righteous. 6s are lethal.
Is there a character in this unit?
Yes, there is.
Who is it?
Agatha and...
Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot that you had to proxy them. I was like, where are they?
Yep,
I thought there was one of them that wasn't, but it's this unit back here.
It's the Grot and then one of the bazooka dudes.
Is there...
Okay, so that's everything that hit. And then this is strength 4 into 5, so I need 5s. 2 more. Lethals definitely did work here, so that's 6, 7, 8 at -1, I believe.
All right. So it's 5-ups. Oh, so
2 damage each.
2, 3.
Does that wipe the squad?
Yep.
Excellent.
Big convert on the lethals.
Yep. Yeah, the lethals were mighty nice.
All right, and then the... Yep. Go a little bit that way. All right, and then, so just her 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, because that's her base data sheet.
Rerolling 1s.
Yeah, always 1 though.
Always 1.
And then on 4s, because of the -1, but 6s are devs.
Okay.
So 1 dev wound.
1 dev wound. 5 up. I'm good.
Okay. And that is all... Oh, I have that unit of 10 back there as well.
Ah, yes. For the sake of speed, I'll just pick these up.
Okay.
Unless you feel there's a chance they survive.
No. If the Sacrosancts, maybe, but Battle Sisters aren't.
No, I don't. Yeah, the Battle
aren't
Sisters
converting
don't have the.
Okay, and we'll just chill there.
And you know,
because
let's
you're
speed this up. You are taking forever. So.
Oh yes. Yeah. So I think that'll be it for me. I'm going to
That's
get.
good.
I'm going to get the overwhelming force kills because I killed your Battle Sister squad with the character.
You did.
And the extend battle lines, I'm holding.
So you got both.
So I'm 10 total in secondary.
Très bien. All right. Beginning of my turn. Do I owe you any well, I guess battle shocks don't happen yet. Let's do secondaries, because that has to happen first. Defend the stronghold. That might be tough. An overwhelming force. That might not be, because you got a whole bunch of stuff over here.
I've got 2 units on that objective.
Yep. I will get... before we count primary, I'm going to use the Hospitaler's ability to res, and I'm going to... Oh, I got some miracle dice to do before then. You did kill a unit on your turn, so I'll get 1 for that. I've got 1 simulacrum, and you removed that one, so just 1 4 up here. Doesn't go. So then, beginning of my turn, I get a 1.
And those Battle Sisters for the Simulacrum don't need to be on objectives, it's just if they're on the table?
They have to be on an objective.
Okay. Oh, yeah, because there's one behind yonder, right?
Yeah. Right here I have 1. They don't have a simulacrum over here. You killed the one that was here, and you killed the one that was over here. So no more simulacrums.
Good, just clarifying, because it's been a hot minute since I've played
Yeah, no, you have to be on the objective. I believe you have to control it as well.
Nice.
So those were...
Did you just use one of my dice for a fate or a weapon dice?
Yeah, and it came out as a 1, so you should be happy about that.
Thank you.
And then I've got a... What other or miracle dice generating stuff do I have? I think that's it. Oh, they killed a unit, so I do get a 4 for that. And then on a 6 leadership test here, I get a CP. I get a CP. So I go up to 2 at the beginning of my turn. And then I'm going to spend 1 command, or in my command phase, to do the Hospitaler. That's not a CP, that's just a miracle dice that I'm using.
Are you both at 1 right now?
I'm at 2.
He's at 2, I'm at 1.
While this model is leading a unit in your command phase, you can return up to 1 destroyed model to that unit. If you wish, you can first discard a miracle dice. If you do, you can return D3 plus 1. So I'm going to return D3 plus 1. Ooh, big 4.
Yep.
So 4 Sacrosancts. And they do need to be within coherency. But otherwise... I'm going to put them here.
Yeah, clearance, you have the things like the model that spawned them, basically.
The unit that spawned them, yeah, which is these guys. So maybe, I don't think that's enough to take the point from you.
No, it's my battle line plus a monster.
Yeah, so you've got quite a bit on there. So yeah, it won't be enough to take the point, but it was a worthy try. I think, anyway. How much are sacrosants? So they're 1 normally, they'd be at 2. So I have 8, and that's it. And you have way more than that.
I have like 14, I think.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
So either way, they did come back, which is nice. Do I want to fall back, actually, with them instead? So since I'm not taking that from you, they're just going to come around here. Because perhaps I fall back and then charge, because they do have that option. Okay, I think we're done with our command phase stuff. Do I owe you any battle shocks, that being said?
I think I've killed everything I've touched.
I don't think so.
That was in battle shock territory.
Yep.
And then you brought them back to get outside of threshold.
Let's see, defend stronghold I might be able to get. Overwhelming force I should be able to get. So I think we start with moving these guys here so I can defend this stronghold and maybe shoot that way. Oh no, I need to do righteous dice. So let's give them righteous, and we're going to give the battle suits righteous.
Righteous.
Righteous! Righteous!
Sorry, what was your primary?
I should be getting 10 in primary. By 1. Okay. Do I want to use one more?
We got our last poll in the chat. Make sure you go in there and make those. Or put in your vote.
Get voted.
Do your thing. There's still one landmine too. I don't think we're going to see it.
I'm going to spend one more to make them righteous as well. So Sacrosankt's righteous, and Morven Val's squad will be righteous. All right, let's get to some moving. So defend stronghold, we knew we need to go this way. So these sisters, I think, are just all going to move their 6. So that way they can hopefully take shots in that way, maybe even charge.
How's Waffle House?
Delicious.
It's always delicious.
The best part, it wasn't my idea.
Nice.
Yeah, no, I was asked last night, because we were talking about what our final meal of the year was going to be. And we had a 3-way tie between, and again, none of these were my decision. My daughter wanted Burger King, Sonic, or what was the other one? It might have, I think it was Waffle House originally, and I told her I didn't want to drive that far. Yeah, it was something else, just as heinous as Burger King and Sonic. And we coin flipped for a single elimination, and Sonic won. So we went to go get, what are you doing?
Falling back.
Staying inside of combat?
Nope.
Telling
your story.
And we got milkshakes and then the whole bit, you know. And the Sonic on 103rd out here, a little janky, a little sus, but it was pretty cool because you could see some fireworks getting shot off into the streets, which is a main street, by the way, which is hilarious. Yeah, and then this morning it was start off the new year with Waffle House because we're all American here, baby.
So last meal of 2024 was Sonic. First meal of 2025.
Waffle House, baby. I had the foot-long chili cheese coney with chocolate chip cookie dough milkshake last night.
Yeah.
Crushed it. And it did take about 10 minutes for that. How far did she move?
9 right now.
Okay.
Just +1 from the righteous.
Pretty big 9.
Would you like to come here and measure it yourself?
Huge 9 stick. Oh, good.
Okay.
Just talking about how big her 9 is. But yeah, it was a good time. I'm happy Burger King didn't win, to be honest with you.
I'll be honest, every time I see a Burger King, I'm wondering how
They stay in business.
does that exist? I don't get it. I remember as a kid, it was great. I would get the spicy chicken sandwich. Their fries were like hearty and good. And now everything's trying to just be McDonald's.
So here's a technical question, and I don't deal with vehicles very often, because those do count as vehicles, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Are they able to move through themselves?
The unit?
Yeah, because they count as vehicles, right? And vehicles
I
can't
would
move through
imagine they
vehicles.
wouldn't be able to move through themselves per se. Yeah.
Oh, so I was talking to myself then. Good job, Dan. Just put it in front of you. No, I was just curious because of the way, like, wrapping around that building and stuff like that, you didn't have to move through yourself a couple times. So I was just curious if that's
Yeah,
an interaction or not. Because I don't use,
That is a good question.
I don't know how that works. Because normally you can move through your own unit, but vehicles
Can't move through vehicles, yeah, but it is. But then it's can you move through your own unit? That also kind of supersedes that because they are one unit of vehicles.
Oh, vehicles. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know how that works, to be honest.
Interesting question. Let us know, chat.
Where's Dean? Dean's always the guy that finds the tabloids. Oh, Darnicus. Oh, Dankinus, you know what I mean?
I'm going to advance with those guys just to get them to.
Rob, are you going to the RTT on the 19th?
I will most likely be there, yes.
James CSM wants to know if you want to get a game in that day.
Yeah, catch me on the pairings, buddy.
On the what?
Pairings?
In other words, he's dodging that call out.
That's what I heard.
If it's a call out, it's a call out. Still got to be paired.
Castigador. Toughness 10, toughness 10, toughness 10. That's annoying.
And -1 to hit aura.
And that's coming from this guy?
Yep.
Maybe we try to kill him.
Confirm they cannot move through themselves from Grotworks.
Okay, good to know.
And I would assume he knows from his
Grot tanks shenanigans.
late Grot tanks. So
All
sorry,
right.
buddy.
Is there
Rip.
anything back here? Oh, you got a bunch of
Demonettes.
demonettes. You'd be able to get this far, which would be able to
At least we got
see.
one good, memorable last game with those Grot tanks against my Space Wolves. Before they went away.
Be worth.
Wolf Jail, I remember correctly? Yeah. Something about, are you muted? Were you still muted? Oh, you're actually, look at you, you got a green line. I'm so proud of you, he's learned. 3 cheers to Dan. Wow.
Yeah, may as well. Now these guys need to start moving up as well.
Grot's calling out Julian.
Yeah, well, Julian's been dodging that game, so I'm not surprised that that's a call out. Julian's not going to show up for the tournament anyway, so it doesn't matter.
He'll show up during lunch.
And then dip out. And say he's got to go
man.
do something like build a greenhouse or something.
That sounds like Julian. All right. And you still have demonettes off the board, or
Nope.
everything's on the board now? Oh, okay, cool.
That was turn 3, so I had to be on the board.
Got it. I don't know if I have enough going into these demonettes, but at least they're at a 12, so when I shoot them, they will get shot. I think that's going to do it for my movement. They went this way to try and defend my objective. Hopefully I can, although Shalaxi might come around this way and deny that, but if that's the case, that's life. I also have Morven Vols just ready to get in there and terrorize whatever I can. And then I got enough Sacrisans back here to do work that way as well. Let me move this guy back just a bit so I've got one touching an objective. Actually, you touching the objective. And then back here, string these guys out as well. So I can touch that.
You did want to confirm he is calling you out.
Oh, I believe it.
And he's bringing 20 possessed just because you mentioned them.
All right, fine. All right.
I did spend 1 CP when they fell back to allow them to shoot and charge after a fallback.
Okay.
Cool. So let's go ahead and get into some shooting. Let's start with Castigator. Thought about going that way, but I think it's more beneficial to just try to take out this scoring unit of yours. So I think the Castigator's just going to put all of his shots into those demonettes. Oh, thank you.
They're blending in with the terrain.
They're blending in quite nicely with the terrain. Yeah, the whole purpose of these guys
dusty girls.
was to get up closer to come in and take these objectives from you. So
All right.
6. And I was thinking of possibly going that way if I needed to for like defend stronghold if Rob got that, but he didn't.
We don't defend strongholds here. We extend.
And they move 6, so this should be a 3-inch charge that I'll need here. Cool. So now we get into some shooting. So let's do the Castigator into those demonettes. All right, autocannon. I am definitely within rapid fire, so this is going to be 8 shots. On 3.
Okay.
Ooh, a lot of misses. The 6 is nothing special. And then this is strength 9, so 2s, re-rolling if I need it. Hey, 4 at -1.
Nice. 3 die.
3 damage each. And then we've got a heavy bolter, 9 shots. 9 opportunities. Everything hits with 1 sustain. Nice.
Increase.
And on 3s. That is, should be 6, or no, sorry, 8 at -1.
All right. 5s.
Ooh.
Use 4.
4 more. Take that. And then Stormbolter. 4 shot. Yeah. Do they have Stormbolter? Yep, with 1 Stormbolter. Not a whole lot there, though. 1 hit. 1 wound at your armor.
1 dice.
Sweet. How many did I kill?
8.
8. Not bad, not bad. So more or less hampered that squad a good bit. So let's go over to... See, this is the tough part. What do I do with the shooting from Morvenval? Do I just shoot into the Demon Prince, so that way I can charge the Keeper of Secrets, but then Shalaxi's going to come in and shellax me.
She will ace Morgan Vong's rerolling hits and wounds and add damage into characters
Yep.
with precision.
Yep. The other option is I could try to kill the Keeper of Secrets in shooting, and then go for a 7, maybe an 8-inch charge. That feels risky.
Dan would do it.
Huh?
Dan would do it.
Dan would do
He
it.
would try and rapid ingress with your finger, probably.
I would try it.
You would try
I
it.
wouldn't do it.
I think I'm going to go ahead and do the shooting into the Demon Prince, and then we're going to charge into the guaranteed charge into the Keeper of Secrets.
Okay.
So let's start. Everything should be in range, so we'll do the multi-meltas first into the Demon Prince. -1 to hit, correct?
Yep.
We will spend a miracle dice here for Fidelis's shooting. So if I kill that unit, then I get a miracle dice back.
2, 3, 1, 2. That's not down yet. Thinking about. I really want to use this strat, like to show it off, but then you're just going to shoot one with someone else. I'll go ahead and let you do it. I'm gonna save my CP because I want to do the shut you down strat again.
Okay.
You're winning on 5s anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it was basically I just want to show that it does something, especially when you're stacking the minuses, -2, and everything like that from everything I've got. But
So you're using the strat?
I'm not using it. So I'm just saying I
not
want to use it at some point to show it off, but like it's just not
here.
lining up there. So.
Fair enough. All right, so we're looking at multi-meltas hitting on 3s because you do -1, but then I get +1 because that's a... Oh, is that a monster or vehicle?
Yes.
It's a monster? Okay. So 3s with rerolls if I need them. And then strength 9, so I'll need
Fives.
fives, again with rerolls. It's going to be 3 at -4.
All right, fours. Nothing.
Ooh, 3d6 plus 6. Well, that might have just been an aced guy.
He did not explode.
Okay. Then miracle dice. Cool. So that was easier than I thought it would be. Should have maybe split shots, but too late for that now. So then we still got our charge there. Let's go ahead and do our next round of shooting, which is whatever can shoot that way into those demonettes. So Junith is ready. 1, 2, 3 are within here, and then I've got a handful that've got a line of sight that way. But I do need to be within 12, which looks like only 2 of them are for the rapid fire. Oh, the other one has a multi-melta anyway.
Are you remembering the +1 to hit and wound from the war suits?
I did.
He
I
did.
did remember that. Yep. So let's do Junith first with her twin Ministorum heavy flamer, d6 shots, just for 2, and strength 6.
Does she count as an infantry,
Twin link.
or is she mounted?
Good question.
So she's not infantry.
She is mounted.
Okay, I was just curious. Yeah, it's kind of just one of those things where like you can put a non-infantry unit with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of good the palanquin style. Okay, go ahead. As you were.
Those are twin linked, but I think I only needed 2s anyway because these are strength 6. So 2 at -1, no cover.
Fives. 1 dice.
1 dice. All right, and then let's get to the sisters shooting. So let's see what all is in range here. A Melta, 2 bolt pistols, 3, 4. Oh no, that's the Melta, multi-Melta. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bolt pistols in range. 1 bolt pistol is not. So that's going to be a total of 9 shots from bolt pistols. Or whatever they're called. Yeah, or what weapon do they have? Bolt gun, sorry, bolt gun. 9 shots hitting on 3 or 4s. Do they have -1 to hit? No, so 3s.
That was while they were next to the Demon Prince.
6s do anything fun?
Nope.
Nope.
Not on bolt guns.
Not on bolt guns. And then this is strength 4, so 3s. That's going to be 6 at your armor.
All right. Fives. So 4 die.
Sweet. And then we've got multi-Melta. 2 shots hitting on, not that. And then we have a Melta. That hits. That wounds at minus a lot. But you save it.
Block.
And then I think that's all of their shooting. So how many are left? 4, 5?
So 5 died.
5 died. So there's 3 left by the looks of it.
Okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and leave that banner there.
Okay, so then maybe we charge that way. What other shooting do we have? They've shot. Let's go with... Hackersons do have some sort of gun.
They have bolt guns or bolt pistols. They have bolt,
Bolt pistols, yeah. So they all have... Oh, one has a Ministorum hand flamer. Sweet. So 9 bolt pistols and 1 Ministorum hand flamer.
9 as in you don't have 9 models there?
I should with these guys.
Oh, I thought you were talking about those. I keep forgetting those are Sacrosans.
Those are Sacrosans too,
Like, good God.
Which
Good
I
dice
think
there
they're...
again, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Ministorum hand flamer, d6. 2 shots. Strength 4, so I need 3s. So that's going to be 1 at your armor.
Into the Demonettes, yeah?
Demonettes, yep.
1 dice.
Okay, and then we have bolt pistols,
Go ahead and take this one. Yamons.
or 9, on 3s or 2s, because they have that, does that go into, is that just weapon and ballistic skills? So they hit on 2s right now. And then these are strength 4, so 3s, that's going to be 5 at your armor.
5s.
3 die, sweet. And then, you know what, we're going to go ahead and shoot with the other squad too. That has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, 1 hand flamer for 2 shots. 1 wound.
Oh.
And then 5 bolters, or bolt pistols. 2 wounds.
3 die.
Sweet. Hospitaller has a bolt pistol, may as well give that a shot. 1 more wound.
Pass.
Sweet. And then, what do they have? Bolt pistol, 2 more bolt pistols from, what's her name? 1 at your armor. 1 more dice. All right, so removed a good bit there. Oh, I forgot you had the one lady remaining there. I think that's it for my shooting. Oh no, over there. Let's do some shooting into those boys. So we'll do hand flamer, 4 shots. Strength 4, so probably just 1 wound.
Yep. Nope, takes 1.
Takes 1, and then we have 9 bolt pistols. These are on 3s because they are not righteous. And then strength 4, so 5s. Pff, that's not 5s. All right, and then
They do have pistols in their shields. I was like, they don't have guns? I don't think I've ever shot them.
Yeah, it's the better representation of what like Blade Guard should have.
Oh, Canoness has a plasma pistol.
It's like the old Imperial Fist, like Mark III, like Phalanx thing with the shields and the pistols in it. It's the same concept, but Sisters get it and Space Marines don't.
Yeah, let's go ahead and overcharge the plasma pistol. We're good on the overcharge. And then 1 shot hits on a 5. Strength 8 hits on or wounds on a 3 at -3. 2 damage.
Oh god. Tongues and crabs.
All right, cool. So now let's get into some charges. We are going to, let's go ahead and charge. I think these guys need to charge to try to wipe these out. But then I'm removing you off of there. But then I'm putting you on there, so that'll be fine. So let's go ahead and charge here. Don't know what I need. Looks like a 6.
Got it.
Yep.
Must be nice.
6 inches, man.
6? Oh, no big deal. I'll just make that. Just what I need.
You have to go around, so let's do, looks like 2 inches. Oh wait, no.
Measure from the back. It'll be
Measure
easier
from
for
the
you.
back, yep. So it looks like I got here and then 2 inches this way. So on a pile in, you should be all right.
Poll in chat is going crazy.
Ooh.
Keep seeing that #1 spot switching up, so get your votes in
For the thing?
for the vibe.
Oh.
What are the options right now? Don't tell me which one's winning. Just tell me what they are.
There is Under Fire, A Holy Chant, Goatman, and Posh.
And what was the last one?
Posh.
Like the Spice Girl?
No.
Like Posh.
Mother.
That's why she's called Posh Spice, because she's all poshy. All right, let's go ahead and do,
Don't make me tell my father. He owns Oxford.
yeah, we'll do Morven Vol into the Keeper. Should be pretty easy. 6.
You're basically just moving straight up. You
Yeah,
can't
because
pass
I
me.
can't get through you. So 1, 2.
Charging right into a fight first, you know.
She has fight first?
I'm just kidding.
Oh. I was like, uh-oh.
About to find out the hard way.
I made a mistake. I feel like I'm playing Julian again. Let's go ahead and multi-charge this unit into Keeper, and actually I don't think Morven Vol's squad should have an issue taking them out. But I kind of just want to get them out of the way too. I guess it doesn't matter because I can go that way as well. So yeah, they're just going to charge the 1 unit. 11. That will give me plenty.
Everyone's making charges, Dan. Doesn't it suck to be you?
Hate it.
So 11, these guys are just going to swing this way as much as they can. There's 2 here and 1 here, right?
Here.
Okay. 11, I can no longer base, so they're just going to move closer. You gotta stay there.
Oops, just bonked my mic. I apologize.
Let's go there. Oh, no, can't pile in that way because I gotta stay out of 1 there. And then these will pile into the 1. Or sorry, charge into the 1. Hey, look at that, they make it. So let's start from the back. 7 inches. 7. Have to stay out of 1 inch from there. And then from here, I just gotta get closer.
We've still got basing opportunities. You didn't do that right. You got to block that one off for you. There you go.
That should do it. All right, so got all my charges. Oh, another charge there. Should need a 3.
Double 1. Pull Dan.
Nope.
There's 1-1. Wait, hold on.
1-1.
I'll fix it. Boom. Double.
Ah, thank you. So I needed a. I got a 6, right?
Yep. Staring really hard, Dan. What you reading?
Looks like there's some confusion. Grab the models off, or grab the dice off the tray.
There's not. You freeze up again?
What happened?
There was some confusion about the models. Can models lose more than 1 wound? I look into inflict damage, and it says if wounds reduce your model to 0 or less, which implies that the 1 wound demonettes would have to pass on 2 mortals for Thieves of Pain strat against damage 2 attacks. So I think Grot is bringing some stuff up, but I think they're talking about 2 different things. So we could go on.
Sounds like
I mean,
maybe that's 2 mortal wounds that it should have been into Shalaxi or Keeper or whatever, but too late now.
Yeah, and I have seen it heavily debated on the competitive page and the TO page too. So, I mean,
Because I was thinking, like,
it's
if
just
the-
as convoluted because they changed the wording of that strat to be something that no one else has, right? So I can see where that is, and also where the argument was, which is wound characteristic is a wound characteristic. You can't take 2 damage if you have 1 wound, right?
Is there any way you can give demonettes feel no pain? So then how would it work there?
Oh yeah, because they still
Because
take
then you
2
could
feel no
take-
pains.
Well, then you would pass it on the feel no pains onto that unit. You wouldn't take you would be passing the damage to that unit, which would still be from another demonette unit. Like, you can't pass it to yourself. You can't turn it into mortals for yourself. So the way you ask that's kind of clunky, but the scenario you're looking for is still the same way as what I did before.
You don't have enough CP for interrupt, right?
Those are
All right, so let's just go ahead and start over here and make our way around. I definitely want Junith in the fight. So she's going to go here.
excuse me.
And then we're just going to start piling stuff in. Seeing what all can reach. That's probably going to be the extent of it. Yep. These can move in 3, but it does not look like... I could spend a stratagem here to give them a longer consolidate, but there's 3 demonettes left. They don't have a whole lot of defensive, so I'm going to hope that this is going to be enough, especially with Junith. So let's start there on 2s. All hit. This is strength 6, so on 2s again. That's 4 at -2. Sweet. And then we'll go ahead and have them consolidate back onto the point. Y'all demonettes, huh? Where'd my 3-incher go? Come Come on, that was low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, not that low.
Thank you. I was gonna say, we're not just leaving this out there, just hanging out. All right, cool. So back on my point, holding my home objective. Hopefully I get to keep that. We're gonna put as many of these on there as possible. So let's go to the next fight, which I think we go here with these sacrosancs into the 2 remaining. Would you like to pick them up, or do you feel like they have a chance?
Who's attacking, sir?
These sacrosancs into these 2.
No, that's fine.
Because then they're going
If
to...
you do move, you must tag me.
Oh, because they have to go this
Yes.
way?
So you can just not move.
I could just not move, yeah. Or maybe I don't care, because...
It's just more of a things that
Yeah.
it could pertain to you later.
Then these will activate into that 1 remaining, and they will move. Get a little closer. Just looking to pile in as much onto this point as possible. This guy will chill out. We got most of them, so let's do Morven Val's squad into Keeper of Secrets.
All right, so we're offsetting your bonuses with a -1 to hit, just because it's built into the Keeper data sheet.
Gotcha.
CSM
Minus.
James is backing you up. Based on the wording, a model can only lose as many wounds as it has. So for example, if a demonette is hit by a las cannon, it would be assigned up to 7 damage, but ultimately only has 1
Wound to lose.
lost wound.
Like to hear it. All right, so I do get +1 to hit and +1 to wound against monsters or vehicles, so I'm going up to 2, but then back to 3. So there's going to be 9 attacks with the Paragon War Maces, hitting on 3s with full rerolls. 1 miss, 6s don't do anything fancy. Strength 12 here, so I should need 3s, +1 to wound, 2s with rerolls. Don't need them, so 6, 8 at -1.
All right, force. Damage.
3 damage each.
Okay. So I'll pull these to the side.
5 up, feel no pains.
Yep.
So 15 damage so far. Let's see if it's going to be enough. And Morven Val hasn't gone yet, so probably will be.
Yeah. All right, 5s.
15 minus, so
Yeah, I mean,
11.
she is going to have to activate. So we got 11,
How many do you still have on her?
17. She only took some piddling damage earlier. And she's been making a feel pain, so
They start at 20 as well?
start at 18. She's taken 1 damage.
Only taken 1 damage?
Bolters earlier.
Huh, okay. I thought she'd taken more damage.
So she took damage from the Storm Bolter earlier.
And that's it?
Oh, no, sorry, it was a heavy bolter, but she passed a 5 of feel pain.
Oh, okay. So she's down to...
14 up here and a 10 here.
Yeah, I could have sworn she has taken
That
more
was-
than...
Maybe that is hers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was below, because I
Oh, I
was...
thought that was for her. Okay, so she should be down to 3 then.
Okay. Still got to activate Morven Val here.
Yeah, no,
but
I
she
put him on the base, so that's on
should
me.
be able to do this. So strike, and we'll do 5 attacks, because I did not declare that she's going to use Fidelis on 2s with rerolls. 6s don't do anything fancy, but they do something fancy. Here, I said do. 6s are mortal wounds. Do we want to fish for that? This is strength 8, so I need 5s, +1 to wound. I need 4s, so we're not going to fish. So that's going to be 3 at AP -2, and then 3 mortal wounds.
All right, damage.
6 total.
6. Pass. Math. 4 of these. Wow. No, only 2. All right, do I explode?
Please don't.
I do not.
Sweet. All right, Keeper of Secrets down. That's big. All right, and then I think that's going to be it. I don't think there's much of a reason for me to consolidate or do much else there, or I don't think I could really. There's no, well, I guess I could move that way a bit. But I think we keep them there just to leave a little bit of a roadblock for Shalaxi, even though I don't think really I'm stopping you from much. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Oh no, I've got these guys over here.
Oh, yeah. So I was just convinced that you were talking about that entirely. So I was like, yeah, still got that.
Yep. 9, 10.
I'd be winning on 4s for this one.
Doing 15. Winning on 4s?
Yes.
Okay.
T4.
That makes sense. There is a Canoness with them, which gives them anything special, or is it just the minus
the whip?
There
Whips
should be a
and chains.
Canoness with them.
Yeah, there's one with the whip over there.
Whips and Chains Exciter. Once per battle at the start of any phase, this model can use an ability if it does as a 2-up invul. Not right now.
She turns into an Archon, which is hilarious.
That is neat. Cool. So 15 attacks on 4s, right?
Wait. Are you? No, you're on 3s.
Hit on 3s normally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not getting a -1 aura.
Not a -1
The
aura.
Fiends do, not the Seekers.
Okay, so hitting on 3s over here.
Yes.
Okay. So let's get these out, and then 6s are devastating.
Lethal.
Or lethal, sorry.
They're in your rules.
And then strength 4 into
4s.
so 4s. So that's going to be 7 at AP -1.
Yep. That's going to kill the unit, because they're 2 wounds a pop.
Oh, nice. Okay. Easier than I expected.
They're almost as bad as basic chaff, so
Oh, really? Okay.
they're just fast.
Not really too much consolidating. I'm just going to move everything that I can onto a point.
I must have missed an interaction earlier, because specifically about mortal wounds or something, because I don't know what you guys are talking about. But James said also, and I don't know if this has come up earlier, but the mortals should be passed off for that strap before saving throws are rolled.
Oh, interesting. Because you were doing saving throws for demonettes. You probably
I
should have
was.
been doing 4-ups.
Let me read it just in case.
Do it. I'm going to get a drink of water.
you're good.
It's hot in here. Sweaty game.
Each time
chat.
your unit would lose a wound. So no, I have to take the damage. I have to roll my saves, and then I would lose the wounds, and those pass off. You can't, if I don't make saves, I can't make lose wounds. Like, you have to make the saves.
Actually, I think
He
that's
took
going
it
to do
back
it for
immediately.
me.
He said, nope, I'm wrong. So yeah.
That's right.
Everything attacked, everything
It's
did
on you.
stuff. On you, good sir.
Okay, go up to 2 CP.
I go up to 2 as well.
Top of
Believe
4.
so.
All right.
Oh, and then scoring defense stronghold is still open, but overwhelming force I will get 5.
These are. All right, so let me look at mine right quick. See what scoring options I get here. So I think I just pulled that from the bottom. Marked for death.
Oof, you don't have anything in deep strike, so let's do these guys because I don't think you can get to them. Let's do. Ooh, the rest is kind of tough because everything else you can get to. So we'll do the tank as well. And let's have you try to get to this squad in here in the back of Sacrosands.
Okay.
The Orc squad of Sacrosands.
Yeah, so we'll spend our CP to re-roll that, because it does me no good. Good check. And then recover assets, which also does me no good, because I'm not going to spend the CP for it.
What was the other one?
Behind enemy lines. So the battle shock here, they still have the banner and we're with my shadows, so on a 5. Good.
They got it.
I get the free back, just 1 minutes. I'll give him a horn just because it looks cool. Alright. And then Shalaxi is at half, so she doesn't need him. Yeah. I think I'm going to try and stab Vol in the face, make you explode, and then we'll shake it out.
Sounds good.
Because this is the way.
This is
This
the
is
way.
the way. Yeah, so
Primary? Sorry?
none for me, because I'm not holding any in no man's land. Let's go ahead and take it. So we're just going to go ahead and get it. Just going to share it up there. And her dice, we're just going to move up here so I can see it and not lose it again. Okay. Let's go ahead and do her shooting.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and shoot you in the face.
Do it. Bring it on!
What's the toughness on a Paragon Warsuit? What are they
Yeah,
at
like
these days?
7, maybe 6.
I mean, that sounds about right. I just haven't seen one.
Toughness 7.
Toughness 7. Okay.
4 wounds, but
the CP count?
I have 2.
I'm down to 1 because I re-rolled one of my objectives. All right, so we'll go ahead and do the. Oh, that's a keeper. That's why it looks weird. It's relaxing. There we go. All right, lash this Slaanesh into the Paragon Warsuits. See if I can't make you blow up one of these. Hitting on 2s. Keep it. And then when you on 5, 6, strength 6.
Ooh.
4 minus 2, 1 damage.
Minus.
And I am right next to you, so no cover.
Minus 2, so that's going to be a 4 up no matter what. Ooh, the 3 go through. Damage?
2 each.
2 each, so 1 will be down. 1 suit will die, and 1 suit will be down to 2.
All right, and then we'll do the Pavena Slaanesh for D6 shots.
Okay.
6. Popping off. On 2s, looking for 6s for the sustained hits. So that's an
Nice.
additional 6 hits.
Nice.
So 5, 6.
Sustained 3.
Sustained 3.
Woo.
Flat 3.
Spicy.
On 3s, because strength 9.
Okay.
Dev wounds. All right, so you got 4 sets of devs,
1 damage each.
D3. And this will be, so you got 4 minus 2, D3.
I'm going to spend 1 because I am taking devastating wounds to give myself a 5 up feel no pain against those.
Against those. So you got 4 minus 2, D3 damage.
4 minus 2.
So 4s.
4 ups. Okay, make 2. Total damage.
And they're like, what, 5 wounds, 6 wounds?
4 wounds each.
4, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to roll both the D3s at the same time.
Okay.
So it takes 2.
Okay.
And then,
So that'll finish that one and then the devastating wounds.
okay. So I'm going to do these 2 at a time because of the wound passover.
Sounds good.
All right, so you got 3 so far.
3 devastating wounds.
I'm going to roll you the next one because this one also can't kill
Sounds
it.
good.
For 4.
4 devastating wounds. I'll take 2 of those.
Okay, and this last one here. Another 1.
I'll take that one as well. So 1's down to 1.
And I pass my overcharge.
Sweet.
Overcharge? Hypercharge? What are they called?
Overcharge test?
Hazardous.
Hazardous. That's what it
Yeah,
is. Yep.
It's not plasma. This is my vocal cords.
Ah!
All right, let's get into the charges. I'm going to take Vol out on a blaze of smashing glory.
You got it. She has first strike, by the way.
I have first
Do you have
strike.
to technically charge both? Because I think you might be within 1 inch of those sacrosancs.
I don't think so. It doesn't matter, but I don't think I'm within an inch.
Let's find out. What about the one?
I think I'm catching that one spear. I can't see this one. You're going to have to tell me.
It definitely looks like it's within an inch. Yeah.
Oh, then I'll just declare both. It doesn't matter.
Okay, that's fine.
There's a little no way around it. All right.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have to move it.
Again, it doesn't matter. We're literally shaking out of this. I'm just trying to blow a ball.
Yeah, he just wants to kill Vol, which he probably will. Except I am going to use a CP to make you -1 to hit.
Okay. So hitting on 3s, rerolling hits, wounds, and damage.
Okay.
All right, so we'll start with Soul Piercer into Vol because it's the good one.
Okay.
So hitting on 3s, rerolling.
That was a, yep.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
And then Strength 14. So
Into
2s.
7, so 2s, yep.
2s, rerolling. All right, 6 invulns. So just do them 1 at a time because of the way this is going to stack weird.
I'm going to 1 at a time. Okay. Goes through.
D6 plus 2. How many wounds
he's
does
just
she
dead.
have?
Morven Vol?
This is
Oh, it's precision?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Go, you do it 1 at a time because of the carryover.
Got you, got you. Morven Vol has 8.
She's
So
taking
5. So she's taken 3 so far. And I owe you 5 more saves.
Yep, got him here.
Good. Good. Good.
Fail.
I don't have CP to reroll that.
So she
She's dead.
Yeah, that kills her. And then the last one into the suit.
I'm going to
And
spend...
I have more attacks.
You have more attacks?
I do have more attacks.
She's good.
Okay. All right, and then the snapping claws. And then the rerolls.
And remember, -1 to hit, if that's the thing.
Yeah, that's why I'm hitting on 3s.
Okay.
And then strength 6, but devastating wounds. Flat 3. So that
Flat
kills,
3
kills that one.
devastating. I do still have
it's the
5 up feel
yeah,
no pain. Were there any invuls that I owe you?
No, I don't think so.
Dead.
Huzzah! All right, we killed Vol. There's a seat open in the Imperium now. Will the next nun please stand up?
Oh, Deadly Demise 1.
I mean, you've
So-
got 3 to roll.
No, it should be 4, right?
Yeah, plus fall. Yeah.
No explosions.
No. This is not an orc game. There's not 20 mortal wounds to pass out.
Things blowing up.
Okay.
Cool. Very nice.
Yeah, that'll basically, and I literally just did that for the moral victory.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, I would move in that way. Other things would happen, but I think I probably ran away with this one. What does the score look like?
Well, right now at the end of top of 4, Rob is up 45 to 42, but
I mean,
once you get some primary.
all he needs is one turn primary. Yeah, which was the whole thing. Like, this list definitely needs the chariots and other things to gunk up and pass mortal wounds over. So.
And all you have left is Shalaxi, right?
And the Unit Demoness, but I didn't move them. I didn't bother with them because it was literally the game was over. I just wanted to kill them.
Yeah, and they get hunted down by a tank or suits or something. So
I would just jump into it. Mortal wounds you to death.
All right, so it looks like we are calling it for
so.
the sisters.
Haha, nuns with guns. The wiener. I'm
Great
the
game,
wiener.
boys.
Indeed. Wait for it. Get thee behind me.
It's the longest screen I've ever seen
Right.
in my life.
Am I going to get a claw handshake? Is this what's... Oh, it's a pincer. Oh, that was uncomfortable, but I still take the victory. Very nice, very fun game. So tell me, Rob, here now that we're kind of in our end game, what could have gone better? Was it a list building? Was it a John rolling crazy dice again? Was it a strategy thing? How'd you feel about this?
So I do need the chariots for this list. Again, I have 2, but they're in shambles. They did not survive the last several moves that I've made, and I never bothered fixing them. It's just those gear wheels that they have. They're little spikes wheels. They're not centered wheels. Miserable. I hate them so much. You need those. I will say there was a point where you saved 9 5-ups on a 3-man sacristan squad. Which would have saved, I would have killed them, which wouldn't have changed a whole lot, but it would have changed enough to where your threat saturation would have been minimized.
Yeah.
So there's nothing I can do against that. That's just your unit doing what it does. And then outside of that, I mean, it's what I tell everybody, that you can do a lot with Slaanesh if you have the right stuff for the list, which I don't. And I'm working on it. I'm working on getting some chariots for the next time that we roll it. But I've said it from the beginning that Slaanesh is too fragile to be trading out stuff like this. And when you have someone with miracle dice or that rolls very well for high rolling damage, like D6, if someone has opportunities for meltas and stuff like that, you either live and die by the 4-up or you just die. There's no in between. And Slaanesh has very little ways of mitigating that. So again, I think the lack of shooting, so I didn't bring any soul grinders because the points were too high, based on the list that I had. I think the foot demon prince aura for the -1 to hit is important, but I think if you're going to use the strat for the... Now, there's another thing that didn't work. Any of the times I did it is the strat.
Yeah.
Because
you tried it, 3 times and it didn't work?
Yeah, and it was like always 1/2, and it's that -2, if you layer it right and if you get it in the right zones, that -2 is significant because you're basically saying you have a less than 50% chance of not being able to shoot my unit, and it just didn't work any of the times.
I mean, at some point I want to say it was even worse odds, and I still managed to roll those 9s and 10s that I needed for battle shock.
Yeah, it was always 1/, because you were always like 9, 9, 9, 10. And like that's an important thing. So that -1 from that strat kind of makes the Demon Prince negligible. However, being able to say you can't shoot my Demon Princes, which I lost 1 to 2 Hunter Killer Missiles because I failed both of those saves, and you rolled max damage on one of them. And
well, one was a 6.
And the other one was max damage either way.
No, it was a 3. And then I got a
bolt,
the heavy bolt.
Yeah, that was the max damage. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's dice. It's dice. But, yeah, I think at the end of the day, you need the chariots, you need the fast-moving stuff, and you need to be... the ritual is always kind of a clunky one.
Yeah.
Because I need to be able to oversaturate you, and I have to dedicate units to staying back and holding these objectives.
Yep.
I would probably bring a unit of Plague Bearers just so I can make stuff sticky and then walk off of it, which would have made this a negligible threat. Because it would have taken you 2 turns to get back onto those instead of the 1. Because then it's just move and charge. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been on it. Or it would have been harder for you to justify sacrificing that unit, right? So, I mean, there's a couple ways I could tinker with it. Slaanesh is no longer my go-to. On Sunday, I'll be playing Dean with his GSC. And I'll be bringing Zinch out, which will be a more kitted out version of the Christmas Day list. And I think, honestly, between Zinch and Khorne will probably be your top 2 performing debts once they're figured out. Slaanesh is doing very well right now.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But it's also running the triple chariot with some soul grinders, like the virtual Axie.
I've heard you mention the chariots now a few times. What is it that they bring that you didn't have here? Just ranged firepower, or
not really. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
the speed, the durability, and they're also good sack units to make them receive mortal wounds because they are fairly cheap overall.
yeah.
Whereas right now, my sack units are keepers, right? Which with the 5 of Fill in the Pain is fine.
Yeah.
Realistically, that didn't change anything for me at all.
Yeah. But I mean, it definitely made some units arguably punch up into your keeper's secrets. Like having Sacrosanct do enough damage to where, you know, they did what, like 7 wounds or something at one point into
sure, yeah.
Shalaxi or one of them. I mean, they wouldn't have normally done that, right?
Yeah, no, I mean that is a trade. And I was kind of hoping for her to take 1 more wound so we get Battle Shock and get our 5-up Battle Shock so I can get regain wounds and stuff like that. And we stopped right at 10.
Yep.
But then she also turned around and
Calculated.
she just murdered an entire Paragon Warsuit squad plus Vol.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So she, in theory, would have earned her points back well over. So
For sure, yeah. Morvenn Vahl's not a cheap squad, for sure. So,
yeah,
very nice.
Sacrosanct, I think, in your detachment, being able to get the rolls that they did is the huge boon that Sisters needed for a melee presence.
Yeah.
Because they lost their Repentia, basically. The unit is dead now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the Sacrosanct being able to get...
felt great. I mean, they were out there taking a ton of damage. I mean, I'm surprised these lived and then kind of
We're
came...
all surprised they lived, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that's fair. And then on
9
top
wounds.
of that, came out with more of them with the Hospitaller. So yeah, maybe there's a little spice to this detachment after all. So, very nice. I definitely had a blast playing this detachment. Champions of Faith, definitely a much more melee-oriented detachment. Foot slogging is weird. Not a whole lot of rhinos and immolators to move quickly across the board. So definitely a slow Sisters detachment. But if you can plan your movement, if you can be careful with where you're putting stuff out there and the tempo, right? You know, being able to castle here and then slowly just push out this way and meet the demon threat and not just fold under it was definitely, I think, what kept me a little ahead of the Slaanesh today, anyway. But anyway, great fun. Any last words from chat, Dan?
Everyone's just saying great game. Hosen saying great chat tonight too, which I concur. You guys have been great. Lots of support from our hobgobs. And
Hobgobs.
Yeah, hobgobs. And
What,
speaking
hobgob?
of landmines, the final score was a 1-point difference.
No way! Wow, I thought I would have killed it.
John set off 9 landmines. Rob only 3, but all 3 of those were 5 points each.
That's a lot.
John's yours added up to 16. So you still took it.
Took it up by one. Oh, it was that one drop dice that I had during the game.
It is, yeah. It is.
Why? All right, what's our vibe for tonight?
Because we're going into the new year, we promised chat that we would do the New Year's hangover.
Okay.
But then also we threw in an extra one, so you're going to have a mixed vibe tonight.
Wonderful.
I'm very happy Goatman didn't win.
Yeah, I would have.
We're all disappointed
I
by
would have turned off the stream. Right here.
Just gone over.
You
and
would have been
hit
able to find
end
me.
streams,
But we
like,
got
no.
Holy Chant. So a
Holy chant?
Holy Chant.
Drunken holy
reading
chant.
of the Gob Squad members.
All right, let's go.
So
I've got this.
bring out that Gregorian chant. You know how it is. Ready?
Do we have like a
Is that what he said?
chalice
That's-
around here somewhere?
Yeah. That channel that Gregorian choir.
Gregorian choir. Oh, go boys, Jim Curley, John, Eric, Dean, P. Trainer, Landry, Wargaming, Grotsky's, Mr. Dumbledore, Allen 100, PC almost Jehoon, VTJ, oh god. No, we're good. God. Alex C, Mark Roberts, John Sano, Tix Trio, Rio, Cody. You know, I'm waiting for a host to come and stop me, and I realize that's me. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and put an end to this right now. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you, Rob, for the wonderful game. That's the hand of Rob. And then Dan for being the most amazing producer.
Shout out.
Yeah! Ow. Love it. And thank you so much, Gobos, for being here, and everybody else. If you're not subscribed, consider it. Hit the like button, notification bell, all the stuff that the algorithm loves to see. And then put in some comments. We love to hear what you guys have to say, thoughts on the game, ideas on how to better play these armies. We love it. And you. So thank you. Have a great new year. And here's to 2025. Bye.
Bye.